academics as well. I hope you guys are not that mad at me that I missed yesterday. We did do an 8-hour stream the day before, so come on. Give me a slight break. A slight break, okay? As per usual, tonight, I'm in a good mood. Good mood, good day, good vibes. I think, I won't even put a time limit on the stream. We could rock as long as y'all are up. So as per usual, order some DoorDash. I got to get a DoorDash code. Let me get a DoorDash code for y'all. Order some Uber Eats. Roll up. Call your girl. She could come over to Netflix and chill, except tell her it's not Netflix. You're watching Big Act. You feel me? By the way, I'll tell you this, and I guess since we're at the beginning of the show, I should just do some shameless plugs. I'm coming to Miami. Coming to Miami, we're going to be doing a variety show. I will be doing comedy, stand-up. I should announce that, because now people are going to actually judge me on if I'm funny. The first show, I didn't really say it was stand-up. They were just like, Ack is funny in person. I was like, oh, I like that. But anyway, we will be in Miami Friday, March 27th. I hope you are there. If you are in the vicinity, in the area, I hope you do pop out. This year, we're trying to do 4 shows. My birthday show is coming up. If you're in the New York area, that'll be for you. But if you're in anywhere near South Florida, I hope you guys do pop out to the show we're having in, well, it's getting close, 10 days. 10 days. Next week, Thursday, I will be in Miami, Florida at the Black Archives Historic Lyric Theater. There's a bunch of tickets available. And I really mentioned that, even though it is a shameless plug and you all should cop tickets. But I noticed it was about like 5 to 10 women who bought tickets, and I guess they didn't really know the process because I think they emailed us before they bought them. And they're not necessarily chat queens, but they all had the same story. They said, hey, listen, my boyfriend watches you all the time. Like, when I'm with him and we doing our thing, as soon as we done, he's putting on Big Act. When I get there, he's watching Big Act. So if Big Act is coming to motherfucking Florida, I want to give him a surprise. I want to get him some tickets. And I was like, that's fire. That's fire. So shout out to the, those are amazing wives and girlfriends. So salute to them. I know we're going to have a bunch of chat queens in the building. People who actually, women who watch us. And, I'm excited to hang out with you guys as well. I'm trying to get a little bit more for the weekend because for the people who are kind of like flying in or whatever the case is, I don't, again, it's much more than a show. You guys got to realize, right? Like, I'm doing these things to go out and meet you guys. I've been giving most of you guys content for 10 years straight. And it becomes to a point where I'm at where I'm like, you have to meet your audience. They have to see you in person. You can't be like just this digital pixel online. So I'm coming out to meet you guys, but it's more than the show. I'm hoping that during the weekend I could get some other stuff that we could link up and do some other fun stuff, okay? So it's not just he's going to do a show and just dip out. I'm going to be in Miami for that weekend, and we'll hopefully we all still connect. All right. Great. If you want tickets, you can find it on Eventbrite. You just type in DJ Academics Live Show. It is in Miami. Or if you need a special link, you guys could go to my Instagram bio. Okay, it's in there. Welcome, people. I'm glad you guys are here. It's no big topic today. Today feels like a Wednesday, even though it's a Tuesday. Usually, hump day for people that work. But for the media game, it's kind of like light, right? I always tell you guys the biggest stories break Fridays or they break Mondays. You drop it Friday, you dominate the news cycle because most people work 9 to 5s, even in the media game. So it just lingers till Monday. On Monday, everybody cover the biggest stories. Press releases go out. That's what happens. Tuesday, we get usually some other stuff popping up. But about Wednesday, we deal with media when it comes to music. So if there's not a big release or something of the sort, hip hop sometimes hits a lull. Fortunately for us, we've kind of expanded our coverage. We've talked about politics. We've talked about many different things, even outside the scope of hip hop, and we'll continue to do so. I'll tell you this, y'all want an Iceman update. Don't treat this as official. But again, you just like me, we're all wondering, and even the haters, when is Iceman dropping? Now, I'm pretty sure I can just hit up, Obs, that's our, it's my code name for him. You want to know what Drake's code name is for me? It's a little sus. You only want not play. Anyway, however, I told you I'm having a fan experience this time around, and I'm really excited about it. So I'm trying to, hopefully, and I know Maul and maybe Aiden and some other people that are really tapped in, and I'm hoping they don't do what people accuse me of doing, which is like ruin it. They're like, yo, because right now, if I say I knew the day and I told you, I'd be like, fuck, y'all be happy? And then I'd be like, fuck, why did he ruin it for it? So I think we're going good with this entire idea of being a fan. So I don't know the date. I feel like it's coming soon. Should be coming soon. I've said, based on a few things I've seen, it feels like, especially with even Mealy Mall saying, what with the album. Well, he didn't really say much, but other people, if we're going to trust them, we had Charlemagne. I'm not going to trust DJ Dickhead, but I'll trust Charlemagne. He said, well, he heard the album. Or he talked to someone who heard the album. And anytime albums start getting played for people, it's usually a 4-week period, 4 to 6 weeks, where it should be out. That started about 2 weeks ago. So if you ask me, by mid-April, that's what we would be thinking. Again, this is not set in stone. This is if you're a fan who, I know everybody here is a fan of music, maybe not a fan of Drake, but a fan of music. If you want to have educated guesses, this is how we're going to go off of it, right? When people start playing their albums, it's close. Now, remember, I had one request, and I didn't even ask him yet. Okay? Didn't ask him yet. The request I did have for Drake is that, Drizzy, you know damn well Big Ack is going to Miami on the 27th. Please, and I know it's a Friday, that's when music drops. I got to be very cozy in the brib. Okay? I think I'm going to have an IV right here. I might have a fucking stripper pole there. Depending on what type of vibe it is, it might have like 30 strippers in the back. I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be mayhem. But we have to digest this Drake album. I think it's the only thing that's going to really shake the earth this year. Cole album did great. It did great. But we could have another conversation if we want to talk about how much it lasted. I don't know. I feel like it did its job for its fans, but people kind of moved on quite expeditiously, if you ask me. But okay. So my only request is, Drake, just don't drop on this date. I'm going to be in Miami, locked in with my entire team. Yes, I'm moving with full security detail. Lebebe, it's probably not smart to try it, but you can. We're going to have great vibes. I'm going to be around my people. I've never felt more at home than when I did my first show. Y'all know I went to Turks for my birthday. My birthday was already celebrated when I was with y'all. It was the most, I felt like I should have paid for that, honestly. So I appreciate you guys. So I know I'm going to have a good time. So Drake can drop that day, and I do feel like I'm getting some type of confirmation that he won't. Now, this is not sources. Remember, I'm in fan mode. I could ask him. I don't want to. But let me tell you, this is how you could be a great fan. If you are a diligent fan and you don't have sources like I do, you can still find out. I seen today, Central C announced he's putting out a project. He announced a project called All Roads Lead Home. It's an EP, and it's going to be out on the 27th of March. Now, that's the day of my show, 27th of March, okay? 27th of March. Now, the reason why I'm actually happy that's happening is that because Central C and Drake are friends, there's always this kind of like handshake, like head nod, yo, don't drop on that day because, you know what I mean? Like, when Drake is going to drop, all of Drake homies are going to disappear from the field. That's just what's going to happen. Nobody's going to drop. You could drop a week before, but it's not smart. But nobody's dropping that week, and definitely nobody's going to drop pretty much the next 3 weeks. So I am in the opinion to think, and we're only 10 days away from March 27th, that, and I don't know if I got to go on call sheet and maybe start up the prediction markets. But I don't think Drake is dropping in March. That's what I personally believe. Okay? Why? Central C's his homie. I'm pretty sure he would have told Sense, yo, Sense, that's my date. back off. Or not even back off. I think Sench and his team would just be like, oh, we're backing off. Keep in mind, I looked at the track list. It says Iceman Freestyle, which is the freestyle that premiered during the Iceman episodes. So he is dropping that freestyle. So I have to believe because he's dropping something he previewed on Drake's stream, Drake is going to be cool. And, you know, again, I'm not sure if Drake is even thinking about a date. I'm just using fan brain. So I think we're safe here, people. I think we're safe. So I think I should be able to go to my show and Drake not fucking have a thing dropping then. But we never know. We never know. Okay, I'm open to be wrong. Okay. You said Cole album didn't move expeditious at all? No, we've moved on. Usually when an album drops, and especially now we're in the age of like, you know, shout out to What's the Dirt. I think he's the king of it. The people who break down lyrics, who break down, you know, concepts, who look for the Easter eggs. He's done a fabulous job. Like my boy What's the Dirt's going crazy. Right? Is there anybody else really breaking down lyrics like that? Come on now. He's been doing a good job with the Cole album, but I think the culture don't really care for overall for like, they don't really think that he's really dropping that much Easter eggs that connect to the mainstream stuff. Easter eggs for his fans. He may have done this. That's like reminiscent to when he was back, you know, doing the Dollar and the Dream tour back on the college scene. I get it. But nothing that really is grabbing the attention of the entire hip-hop community. And such is the case that I think, honestly, chat, the thing is came and went. This came and went for the non-casual fans. I'm a non-casual fan of J. Cole. Okay? Non-casual fans. Okay. So, we got a bunch of things to start off with. You guys let me know. We could start talking a little bit of music. Lil Russell keeps coming up on my notifications. Should we talk about him? We could talk about him in a second. Afroman lawsuit. That's an interesting lawsuit. Let me write these things down because we're going to have to get to it tonight. Now, chat, I get it. What is today? Today's a Tuesday. If you guys got to, you know, go to sleep early, whatever the case is, your girl's saying, yo, babe, when can we watch Love Island, cut this off? It's okay. But for my true chat niggas in here, we're locked and loaded for at least 5 or 6. Okay? We're locked and loaded. Okay, so let me write this down. Afroman lawsuit. We're going to get into it. Yo, chat, if your girl come over and you're watching me, can she bully you off of getting out of the stream? Like, yo, you always watching this nigga. Yo, Baddies is on. Like, we trying to watch that. Yo, one in the chat if your girl bully you out of watching me. Like, yo, Krishan Rock boxing match is going on. She just did an interview. Babe, let's watch that. Oh, some of these niggas getting bullied. Oh, man. Damn. Krishan Rock did do an interview. I hate to have to talk about her, but she said some really wild stuff. I don't even know if it's content at this point. I think I might have to just do a PSA for people who are prospective parents. So, might have to talk about that. Ironically, you know, chat, I know this is the Academy. And, you know, I always tell y'all, experience is the greatest teacher in life. It's the only one that gives you the test before it gives you the lesson. Right? That's what life is. I've realized that, you know, I don't know if I should come up with a new name. Axtradamus. I like the Oracle, but I got to put Act somewhere in it. I feel like I predict the future a lot. I feel like I do. Everyone, after chastising me, Ack, ain't you 30? What you doing in like a 20-year-old business? Everybody now is telling me, Ack, you're a genius. You were right. Samaya's selling the pee. I'm like, what? I ain't even say. Yo, they're all just coming here. Even her friend. Her friend just said, hey, come on. Now, I did not say she was selling the pee. Okay? I did not say she was selling the pee. I was just saying, her actions was moving like, and I've seen this before. I've seen many young, attractive women coming into the entertainment industry, and once I see them start moving around in a certain way, I could tell what it is. They might be thinking, because these days women have these really ignorant slogans to kind of like make whatever bullshit they got going on socially acceptable. Hey, I'm outside. Okay, that means I'm a whore. I'm young and I'm turned. That means I'm young and racking up bodies. Straight up. Like, you know what I mean? These things are kind of, it's really like you could just see through it. But everybody chastised me. I had no issue with her. I wasn't trying to like pick on her necessarily. I think what jumped off the page was her and her girlfriend saying, for a man to, actually her girlfriend said it, for a man to date her, the guy has to make like $100K a month. And I was just like, I always think about y'all. Like, I'm in the tax bracket that these women are talking about, and I have to tell you they're ridiculous, because otherwise you might actually believe these chicks. You might actually believe them. So I wasn't really hating, and it wasn't even at Somaya. It was really at her friend. I was just like, that's utterly ridiculous. But I did go on to say, women who have that mentality, that they're dating bank accounts, that men have to make this amount, spend this amount. Even Aisha Diaz giving them this amount of money per month. Usually those women, their criteria isn't love. It's not genuine relationships. They're moving more like, yeah, and I'll not even say the word, the E word. It was the uncomfortable truth. She didn't like it. She threatened to sue me, which, by the way, ironically, I realized she was hanging with, what's Shorty's name? Moneybag Yo's girl. Ari's tried to use the same playbook. I'm suing you. She made it really like, I'm going to watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to make an example out of you. Shorty, just keep twerking and hosting clubs, okay? It's not that serious. I don't really give a damn about you that much. I don't have no campaign going against you. There's rumors going on that you're fucking a bunch of celebrities' boyfriends, which if we got to just look at that and analyze, Shorty, maybe you are what people are saying you are, a bop. Sorry. Like, again, when I tell the truth, they don't like it. Later on, somebody else says it. Yo, chat, I hate it. It's like somebody copied my homework. I turned it into the teacher. The teacher gave me a D. The nigga who copied my homework, he get an A+. I don't like it, chat. I don't like it at all. I don't like it one bit. So now everybody's coming back to say, you were right. And I'm like, what does that serve me now? Y'all all crucified me before. He should need to mind his own business. Now y'all are telling me, no, he was right. Okay, it's all good. I'll tell you kind of what I'm kind of hinting at. Recently, if you don't know, and trigger warning, I guess some people really still don't like this individual. This girl, her name is Aspen Cardier. She's the best friend of Somaya. Somaya is a streamer, and I don't know what else she does. Model? I don't know. This is her best friend. Yes, they're like 20. Okay? Again, I don't particularly care about them that much, but they are in the streaming community. And again, I'm here to give you the reality behind all this bullshit. Without people like me, people who don't get through the veil think these things are happening. I'm here to say I've gotten to the other side, and I'm here to tell you everything that's going on. Sorry. If I was broke, they'd be like, you nigga, you broke. No, but they can't say. Anyway. So, they have some other drama. They fell out. I guess they fought. Typical girl relationship, right? Even women sometimes don't fuck with other women. Like, anytime you see two girls have strong personalities, just wait till they fall out, right? That's just all it is. So they fell out. She was banned for abusing her dog on stream. Again, me, I love my dogs. I got 4 dogs. I don't really agree with that. But I also, I'm not in the mindset, because people are mad that I even posted this. I'm not in the mindset that because someone did something entirely horrible, that fuck them for life. Obviously, I think that was a very deplorable act. I believe the law has taken hold of this case. They have charged her, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, she learns a lesson. She's young, not excusing her actions. I think it was absolutely deplorable again, but it is what it is. We sent her to Iran. It's not the case, right? Anyway, she's popped back up online, and I don't know. I didn't even watch the full video. I don't know if she's expressed remorse or she's like, no, everybody's getting at me. I don't know. But she explained her relationship with the woman who I had the back and forth with, which was Somaya. Her explanation was that Somaya was upset at her that she didn't come in. By the way, she's from Chicago. That she didn't come to Somaya's defense when I was talking about Somaya, kind of, indulging in what I believe is escort culture. She came out and said this. Now, remember, they fought afterwards, but she's addressing the whole thing.
From her was, it's not that big of a deal. Did you take up for me when they was calling me an escort? So I'm just in my head like, all the fucking times I took up for you on the internet, or all the motherfucking times I had your back when people played in your motherfucking face, and you can bring up the one time you told me not to take up for you, and the time I told you your ass looked dumb as hell, responding back to his ass, that's the time you gonna bring up when I didn't defend you? Bitch, what am I bringing up a person calling you a hoe because you on a trip with every nigga you do a string with? And that's fucking true. Like, you can't really make that shit up, gang. Like, he pointing out obvious shit. Like, fool, you link with a nigga, then boom, you out the country with a nigga, you on a flight with a nigga. That's what it was given, so you can't really take it. Just shut the fuck up. I told her, shut the fuck up. I told her, don't respond to him. Just let that shit be, because it's like, he ain't doing shit but spitting facts. Like, what the fuck you going?
He ain't doing shit but spitting facts. Shout out to my boy in Facts We Trust, but I'm basically fax machine. I'm like a fax machine. All the facts just coming in here. That's a fact. She's saying, well, I respond to the nigga. He's just spitting facts. He's only spitting facts. Again, to be very specific, escort culture, in my opinion, is when women start moving around this industry, but they essentially are moving around male entertainer or male, figure with power, and essentially they're getting paid for their time to hang out with those people. Do they have sex? Probably. But they're basically getting paid. How are they getting paid? Well, they might tell a person, hey, I'll come with you to Mexico, but I got bills. Okay, here's money for your bills. I think that's escort. Hey, I'll go to Turks and Caicos with you, but I need this. I think that's escort. Straight up. So overall, you kind of realize that they're trading their time for these people with high price trips. Okay, if you send me the jet. So again, you're dealing with extremely rich people. And the reason why I kind of fell back, me and her, we did talk on the phone privately afterwards, which I pretty much told you the conversation. But I fell back because I understand that her understanding of what escort culture is very basic, but it has to do with regular people. When you're dealing with people that are millionaires, they have no problem. If they want you that bad or want to be around you, yes, they might send a jet. Yeah, the 60 grand that they send the jet and y'all are in Tulum or y'all in Turks working on music, that's their opportunity to get you around them to try to crack. That's the name of the game in most of the industry. This is why you see some of the same industry women around everywhere. I personally don't like women who are in the industry because it becomes a tricking contest. So you get with one girl, she starts looking at you, telling you what the last nigga did for her. Obviously, I don't think, let me separate this conversation from the person I'm going to mention next, Coi Leray. Did you see Coi Leray with Justin LaBoy? Coi Leray mentioned how she got Trippie Redd, her ex and her baby daddy, $100,000 watch. She's expecting more. She wants that type of love from Justin LaBoy. Justin LaBoy is a blogger, but he got some bread. It is what it is. So again, that's what I was saying in terms of women and how they're moving. Nevertheless, I'm not here to shit on her dreams. If her thing is working on music, it's called collabing, whatever it is. People pointed out, she made an effort to show that she's in the double R Rolls Royce. And you see London in the track. He takes a picture the same way. London in the track and Trippie was trying to get the cheeks, bro. That's what it is. And that's why I keep trying to tell y'all. Oh, look. See, the first comment. Academics say a lot. Yeah, I know. I think that's why No Cap felt like he dodged the bullet. That's why I think he gave me some respect. He dodged the bullet. Because, you know, not necessarily her, but I wish these women would lead with some type of idea of love, right? Rather than, yo, I'm in the Rolls Royce, da-da-da-da. No. Oh, then they're at the studio. Good for them. Yeah, you can easily tell. Chat, I had a woman who I met up with, and she was like really big on like getting in my Maybach, and she was like, she wants to take a picture, and it just turned me off so bad. I was just like, was you want to have a photo shoot in my vehicle for who? For the next guy you're trying to meet? Like, come on, cut it out. But whatever. Shout to Somaya and all her adventures. I wish the best for her. You know, she's young, and what I told y'all, experience is the greatest teacher in life. I'm sure at some point she's going to have the same thing to say, saying basically academics right by saying a lot of these dudes played around by offering trips, gifts, but all they want to do was fuck. It is what it is. And London, I apologize if I'm fucking up your game. That was not the intended thing. Okay. Oh, no. The last thing, I didn't play it last time. Give me 1 second. Could I figure it out? I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Oh, yep. This is it right here. Chat, this right here was so sad to me. So this is Boston Richey's girlfriend. I think she's like 19 or 20. But she's been streaming recently. And by the way, did I tell y'all she wanted to do a stream with me, but I feel conflicted. I'm cool with Boston Richey. I don't want to do a stream with her if she's trying to kick his back in. You know, I get it. Like these days, women want to collab with dudes. You know, I'm not necessarily the collab guy for streams, but you know, I'll do it if it makes sense if people are requesting. But I don't want to be on a stream if she's kicking his back in. You get what I'm saying? It's like, because I've had exes just talk shit about me, and it sucks. It just really sucks, right? And there's always one other nigga who's like, he's trying to get to the puss, or he's just a fucking lame. And he just wants to sit there and gas her up, not knowing that probably his ex is talking crazy about him too. But I'm only bringing this up because, so Tati, she said, that's his Boston Richey's ex. She says she was only staying with Boston Richey because he would just give her shit. To me, this was crazy.
2.5 years. No, Tati, I don't know how you did that hard time, baby. I can't pass 2.5.
I don't
Like,
know.
2.5,
I don't even
up.
think I made it past 2.5, but like I said, I was just there.
When you have a plan, you execute that plan. You was looking like Charles, bitch, and I Am a Man Like Woman.
Did she say when you have a plan, you just execute the plan?
I was just
Christina!
there.
I was
just
born.
there.
Yeah.
But
Okay, I feel that.
I don't know.
So then
I feel
what,
like time
what
flies.
kept you in that relationship then?
I'll fuck with your chain. I put gas around your neck. I'ma BB every chain.
Fuck is you talking about?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Between the lines, huh? No, okay.
Like 2.5 years.
Yeah, so she basically just admits that, yo, the dude was buying her shit. And him buying her stuff kept her in the relationship. You know, I don't know, like modern women are a trip. This is why I can't be doing all that tricking shit. That shit would make me sad. If a woman literally just says, yeah, I was only staying with the nigga because he would buy me stuff. You might as well just go to the strip club.
Just there.
I'll fuck with your
chain. No, okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right, whatever. Sad. It's the same thing. Okay. She said, I was just there. When you have a plan, you execute the plan. Jesus Christ. Imagine a woman talking about you like that.
Man, so Boston Richey ex-girlfriend Tatiana Chanel get paying for love. For some money, you could do this.
This is wild. I can't lie to you, sir. This is there's a full thing she just kind of misses. She was like, yeah, he buys me a lot of things.
No,
Okay,
I don't know how you did that hard time, baby. I can't pass.
It's probably
that.
the same thing.
I don't
Like,
know.
I don't even
think I made it past 2.5, but like I said, I was just there.
When you have a plan, you execute that. You was looking like Charles, bitch, and I am a man like woman.
I was just
Christina.
there.
Christina,
I was
gone.
just there.
Yeah, but
Okay, I feel that.
I don't know.
So then
I
what-
feel like time
what
what kept you in that relationship then?
I'll fuck with your chain. I put baguettes around your neck. I'ma BB every chain. Like,
Fuck is you talking about?
Thank you.
Baby, I
Thank
can read
you.
between the lines, huh? No, okay.
Okay, same thing. Yeah. Anyway, I think we shouldn't come to expect much more than that. But salute to her. You guys, let me know. Again, obviously, I do think there's some benefits to collab with a female streamer. Not to kick your exes back in, but maybe I don't know. I think you guys like when. Do y'all like when I like interact with like maybe a female streamer or female celebrity? I don't know. Usually that's the thing. Okay. Let's keep it going, people. Let's keep it going. Don't tell me y'all want some updates about Iran. We could get to it, but let's really get into some. I know we're late, so I want to keep you guys up and awake. Don't fall asleep on me now. Well, before we get there, we've talked about the spring break stuff. We're going to talk about Fetty Wap in a short minute. But you know what? Let me play this. Should I do Krishan Rock before Fetty? What do y'all want me to talk about? Oh, talk about T.I. dissing. Thank you. I'll put it on my list. T.I. disses Joe, I guess. Who is suing? Who's suing? Ooh, okay. Gunna's suing. All right, we'll get to that. Let me first and foremost. All right, people saying Ebro is talking crazy. You know I'm here for it, chat. Y'all sure y'all want it now? I'll get into it now. Hey, y'all sure y'all want it now? We could get to it immediately. But I was gonna do a topic or two before, because when I get to that part, it's just. Let me pour up another shot. Somebody said, let's talk about how you predicted Jay-Z returning to the stage. Told you. Come on. I'm going to open my own call sheet by now. You want a shot? I'll do a shot with you, brother. Come on. Pour up real quick. We're going to do a shot in a couple seconds. It's a family effort. Come on now. Come on. You just got to toast to your camera. I don't care if you're watching on your phone. You hit the phone with your cup. Or even a blunt. That's what we got to do. All right? Cheers, y'all. Woo. The World Baseball Classic happened? I heard USA finessed them niggas in Dominican Republic, huh? US is on our bully this year, man. If you from another country, you getting finesse, your leaders getting kidnapped and killed, nigga, we doing whatever, man. The US, we on some bullshit this year, man. The US is on some bullshit. Like, oh, you think you about to beat us in baseball? Man, get y'all Dominican asses back to reggaeton, nigga, like some merengue shit, nigga. This baseball is ours, nigga. Like, they just cheated them niggas. Yo, umpire, like, call all strikes for anything. Wait, USA lost? Oh, no. People said they felt USA cheated Dominican Republic. Oh, who we lose to? Venezuela? What? Yo, Trump, I'm with you. Deport our players. Send them to Venezuela. Venezuela? Oh, hell nah. Nigga, we just lost to Venezuela. Nigga, I thought it was DR because DR really got all the fucking good baseball players. I'm like, yeah, we stole it from them niggas. Like, yo, all the Dominican people on my timeline, I follow a bunch. Yo, they're mad as shit. Que lo que, mi gente? Donald Trump, No, nigga, it's our turn. Fuck that. Go beef with Haiti or something, nigga. Get out of here. Love y'all, Dominican, but get out of here, man. We on our bully this year. How the fuck we lose versus Venezuela? Maybe this is like to throw them something because I don't know how they not mad that we kidnapped their president and put him in jail. How the fuck? Damn. Venezuela beat us? Yo, Trump, you know what you got to do. Lock the players up. Just lock all the players up. Throw them in MDC too. What the fuck? Shit. Now they tell me that Ebro is talking crazy. You know what? I like to go from the source. We're not going to give no... I might have to drag this out. Give me 20 minutes. Give me 20 minutes. Is it this? Is it this? Ebro responds to academics. Let me read my donations first, because by the time I'm done drinking this, I might be blacked out drunk. So just give me a second. Just give me a second. Let me make sure I get everybody right. Get everybody right. It's getting out of hand. Mr. Chronicles, thank you for the donation. Says Venezuela got their get back from Maduro. Ain't no get back. We probably just threw the game to them to make them feel like they got something. Nigga, we destroyed their country. You know, we literally destroyed their country. All right, take this baseball thing that we probably award. Go ahead. Right. Hold on, man. We're going to get into this. Chat, every time I go viral is because of y'all. Like, I'm not even looking up these things, but y'all always bring it to me. Ack, you ain't gonna respond to this nigga talking crazy? The nigga don't get no fucking views. You don't get no fucking views. Why am I responding to him? Self-motivated 88, thank you for the 5. Says, Ack, are you starting that AI record label? I have a couple of tracks I need you to listen to. I do want to listen to them. Culture Cut Clips. Matter of fact, I got to put that on here too. Thank you. AI record label. Okay. I'm telling y'all picked this topic too early. Because if I crash out and I'm super drunk, y'all know I'm cutting the stream. But I'm not going to crash out too crazy on this fool. Like, he's relevant. Culture Cut Clip says, yo, so Drake calls you live? Huh? Don't tell him Ken, thank you for the 5 as well. It says, Drake is obviously dropping this summer. He's aiming to take over the summer. I wish I knew. Zanset 8047, thank you for the 2. It says, dog, we waiting on Pluto, Gunna, and Drake. Let me put that on my list as well because Future announces new project. He did announce a new project. It's Panday, thank you for the 5. It says, National Counterterrorism Center Director resigns over Iran war on Twitter. That's really interesting. Thank you. National Counterterrorism Center Director resigns. We'll talk about that. SSTY online. Thank you for the 10. Says, Somaya is trying to save hip hop. I bet she is. T-Vel says, well, crash out time. Act about to put up 84. No, I don't know what's said. I really don't know what's said. I made sure I'm only watching this now. So let's get into it. I want to give you the context why Ebro, or as I call him, E-Bum, might be responding to me. I did a clip, and I think it was during my gambling stream, or maybe it wasn't, but I said, hey, listen, a lot of people are saying that because Drake is signed, or not signed, but Drake supposedly has used some PR company in the past, they believe that this PR company is running smear campaigns on people in hip hop for Drake. Now, the PR company was caught basically planning to put some fake shit on some actors, right? It was like an actor or somebody in the film industry, but nothing with hip hop. However, because Drake has worked with these people and one of their employees, which is a very, big employee there, was down to do basically a smear campaign on actors, they believe that Drake is doing it on people in media. Now, I'm not here to speak for Drake. Drake is his own man. I'm my own man. I was just here to ask one question. Does anybody have the proof of these things? Because we have an audio for the people in, these actor people. And by the way, let me play this as well. Because I want, I don't know if you guys watch every video, so I like to give full recaps. What is it? What's the name again? I think it was Jess something. No, it was recorded. What is it? Sorry, chat. Trying to figure out what it was. No. It's like a PR firm. Okay, here we go. Rebel Wilson PR team. So apparently this PR team has worked for like Aiden Ross, has worked for Drake. But they're saying this PR team was caught basically planning to smear or put a fake accusation on someone they didn't like. Now, this is not in hip hop. And apparently it was this PR team working for Rebel Wilson. They were going to claim, right? So they were telling the publicist, Melissa Nathan, that Amanda Ghost, who's a co-producer on Wilson's film, they were going to say that she's basically sex trafficked, which means she's been procuring young women. She's a madonna that came to light, and it's supporting the theory of people paying for smear campaigns.
Oh, also, talked about Rebel. Like, here's the deal with Rebel, and I think you, me, and Brian, and maybe Katie, since she'll write this thing. What we have to do is the biggest piece here is that we have to connect Amanda Ghost with Vlotnik. And I was just like, so basically what we need to do is we need to create a path where we expose Amanda Ghost as like the new Heidi Fleiss. Like she masquerades as the reason why she sucks so bad at music is because she's actually getting hookers for Vlotnik, right? And that's what she does. She's an absolute madam, and that's why she's so lethal, blah, blah, blah. But he's right. Like, we can't just do like, oh, she's a bitch, she sucks. It's like, it's gotta be really, really heavy and connected to something that heavy. So we'll talk about that tomorrow too.
Okay, so essentially they're saying that we could try to like put out a fake story that, well, I don't know if it's fake or not, but it seems like it wasn't rooted in truth, which I guess that would make it fake, right? That this person is, a madame, like, is into some kind of sex trafficking type of stuff. So that's one example of a smear campaign. I also want to make it abundantly clear because some people have, they're now saying, because today I'm on Twitter, I was looking for some of these clips. I seen some people, or maybe they were tweeting out the Ebro stuff. They were like, oh, Ak, you, they kept saying, oh, Ak, you fucked up by admitting certain shit, which was two things in particular, which I want to, again, abundantly clear up. But everybody who's my actual audience, all my chat niggas know the reason and what I said these things for. I've never been hiding my relationships with any music labels or any entity. Music labels pay me to promote music. That's it. They pay me to promote music. Okay? Someone has an album coming out. Hey, listen, Ak, we have this budget. Could you promote music? What does that look like? They cannot buy my opinion, but they could buy a post on the page. They could, they could do everything else than control my opinion. That's what makes it abundantly clear. I'm not here to hide that. I'm not here to fucking, lie about that either. I'm really proud of that, actually. I'm proud that I've made it to the point that labels, even you know why I told Crazy? There's a few labels who try to go around me or around like my network of people who promote music. And their artists would say to them, y'all, whether it's Atlantic or it's Epic, y'all ain't doing enough. How's my project out and academics ain't posting about me? If academics don't post about me, it ain't happening. I created that. That is the thing. If I'm not talking about you, it isn't happening. You're right. So whether they want it or not, I could talk shit about the labels. I could talk shit about whoever else. And their own artists are going to say, you heard A$AP Rocky literally tell you, we all go to academics. So I'm not talking like, when I'm kind of dissing them or whatever. I'm not doing it. I'm doing it because I'm doing it and being open with it because I want y'all to know I don't really care if y'all know the truth or not. I'm talking about just that. You guys can know that I promote music. I do. These other companies act like they don't. Radio, they get most of their marketing dollars through people promoting music. Just hidden in ways that it's not called payola. But whatever. So the first thing they said, ACK is getting paid by labels. Well, I told y'all. They could pay me. If they tell me right now, Joe Schmo. Now, granted, if it's an artist I don't like I was very honest with it. Recently, Lil Baby's people paid me. And they try to retract it saying, hey, because they asked for the post to come down. Why? I don't think, this is why when you have $1 million budgets and people are just spending your money randomly, someone who's a corporate guy didn't tell Lil Baby that ACK doesn't get along with them. So they presented it to me saying, hey, we're celebrating the anniversary of my turn. Do you want this money to promote the album? I'm like, well, that's kind of the last time he got good. He was good. I'm like, Lil Baby wants to promote with me? Fine. So we posted it. Anyway, they asked me to take it down later, which I did. And that was probably because Lil Baby's team or somebody, what the fuck is ACK doing posting it? And they probably knew ACK just got paid. So they asked me, I ain't gonna lie, the company asked me, well, ACK, do we have to consider that? And I said, you guys know, at least my rules. I'm straight up with it. I posted that shit's up for an hour, check is cut. Go tap Lil Baby's budget or it's coming out of your shit. Straight up, I don't care. I'm very honest with my thing. I just don't, maybe some people can't because they're optional. With me, I worked pretty hard to get here. I'm going to tell whoever, you could either try to go around me or you could deal with me. Yeah, I might talk some shit on stream, but it is what it is. So that's what that is, right? The second thing that people were kind of wondering, and by the way, I'm explaining to y'all because there shouldn't be no mystery, right? I could act like nothing is going on, but I'm telling y'all the truth. Whatever y'all do with what I'm telling you the truth is, that's on you. The next thing, they were like, well, I mentioned that people came to him with a smear campaign. Yes, I was being very honest and transparent. They have mentioned they try to get me to do a smear campaign on Cardi and A$AP Rocky. There's smear campaigns that come up mad frequently. I kind of hear about a good amount of them. I don't participate in that because you guys should know I actually have a relationship with these artists, right? When people were all pointing out that 21 Savage's sales got removed, that was a smear campaign as well. I didn't get it. Why? Whoever did that, they know I'm friends with Savage. Like, as soon as you tell me you're about to pay me $4,000 for that, I'm calling Savage like, yo, Savage, who you beef with, bro? You everything good at the label? These niggas didn't spend that money. They didn't send it to me. They try to do it ASAP. So this kind of happens. I'm not too sure with the full origin of it, but it does happen. I made it very clear when I got offered a smear campaign, and I did turn it down. If anyone could prove that I've accepted money for smear campaigns, I would love to hear it. And it would just be no. Like, if everybody in the industry promoting music can't go around me, Why would I need to like, unless it would be like somebody I don't like, which I'm probably saying fuck that nigga anyway. Right? Like if somebody gonna run a smear campaign on Lil Baby, I'm like, nigga, just give me all the money. I got you. Fuck it. So like me, I have nothing to hide. So the last thing was this. They said, well, you said during your rant versus Baby that you took $30,000 from him to lay up off him. But that wasn't true. The $30,000 was for strictly promo. His label asked me a favor. Well, his boss, who I'm really close friends with, he asked me a favor. Could you give him a chance? He didn't offer money. There's no money that he offered. He asked me because we were at a point that I knew. It's like I've been there with Meek too, where I'm like, all right. Like, well, in my opinion, Lil Baby sent somebody to try to swing on me. So me, at this point, I'm taking it like that with him. He tried to initiate violence. There is no peace. There is no peace, right? But before, I was trying to, because I don't know these guys like that, right? So it's not that personal to me. Okay, you dissed me in your album. I fucking violated you for 2 years. I'll let it go. And essentially what happened, his boss, P, was like, yo, Ack, I'm going to get y'all good. Because me and P were locked in. We're talking every month. So I'm like, you know what? This probably is going to go a little bit way to me and Baby finally, getting on the same page. P's going to help it. I tell P, I said, P, you've been good to me. I won't tell you how our relationship is, but it's been beneficial for me. He's a really good guy. He's a really powerful guy. So I said, you know what? All he asked was just don't listen to the music. No. He said, don't. If you say Lil Baby's next album is trash, everybody is inclined to believe it. That's how loud your voice is. And I know my detractors are going to try to downplay me or whatever. I'm not saying this. This is what the guy who signed Lil Baby saying. It's not me acting self-important. It's not me. This guy's a good guy to me. Keep in mind, I've had multiple beefs with this artist. City Girls. Lil Baby. Me and Yachty's always been cool. So, at that point, his guy asked me, or is the person who signed it, say, yo, could you just lay off? I said, yes. You know what? It's not that deep. Because usually when people are going back and forth, they usually have that conversation. How deep is it to you? Pause. And I don't know these guys. It's not that personal for me, right? I told him the same story I tell everybody. Well, Lil Baby dissed me on a record. I have a public platform and I'm one of the loudest voices. That's my way to respond. I'm sorry. So I agreed that I'm not going to listen to I'm not going to put out an opinion about the music till it comes out. And I even tell him, I say, you know what? Because everybody kept blaming me for Lil Baby's demise. They're like, oh, Aki, you're the reason why. They said Lil Baby kept coming to them saying that he can't get something started because I have encouraged the whole internet to hate on him. Whatever, I won't say nothing. I said, I'm going to give y'all one week. I'm not going to give my opinion yet. I didn't say I'm going to change my opinion. I said I won't give it yet. Album comes out, me and Baby talk shortly after. After our talk, I'm on pretty decent terms with him. His label spent an astonishing large amount of money, which you could expect because it was his next album after my turn. That was no. Well, he did It's Only Me, but he just came off selling 200 something, so they have a big budget. And they were running ads everywhere. I'm pretty sure they probably paid. Me saying this amount of money is not. I want to be very clear. They probably paid Kirko $30,000 too. I'm talking about the big blogs. They pay people. Yes. If this is some news, welcome to the music industry. They probably paid Shade Room maybe $30,000-$40,000 too. Yes. This is how it works. These motherfuckers. Yeah. So I didn't say I was the only person. I said it because that was the facts. Now, granted, I think most people would be like, why do you say that? Just keep it quiet. Because the regular fans won't understand. But I know my fans, or let me not call y'all fans, but supporters, y'all are smart. So I said no. So I told the truth. I said, well, listen, I felt this was weird behavior because his manager told me to lay up off him. He said he was going to resolve it. I stopped talking about him in any way, negative or positive. Then me and him get on the phone, and we have an understanding. And this is why when people say, why do you blame Baby for some random dude? Well, first of all, that's his assistant. Second of all, after me and Baby got cool, his label spent $30,000 with me. And that is not to control your opinion. If La Russell's dropping his label, well, he's on Rock Nation. Well, they already paid me. They already paid me. What the fuck? That's the point. What I'm saying is that music labels pay people. You know what I'm saying? It's no like fucking thing. Like maybe I'm the only one who could say it because like, you know, maybe I feel insulated to the point where I don't think that, yeah, I could be honest and not miss a check. But that's the thing. So after me and Baby got cool, I guess, you know, he said he never told his assistant. That's what he told me. Oh, not everybody know we're cool. Well, your team knew we were cool because they spent $30,000 in promotion for your album with me. Let's juxtapose to now. They accidentally just spent money and they're trying to get the money back or take it back. And I'm like, we're not doing that. So the idea of Lil Baby saying that, oh, nobody knew that we got cool, just shows again once he's a liar. Anyway, I kind of went on a little tangent. I apologize for that. But essentially, that's where it started with this Ebro thing. And the tangent I went through just now is to explain, because I've seen some people on Twitter. Yes, I was looking at Twitter today. They were like, oh, no, Ack fucked up when he admitted that. You guys got to be very careful. $30,000 didn't buy my opinion or buy my hatred. It was a promotional thing. Anyway. I suppose we should continue. And Drill, you might have to just chop out that little part right there. Make it its own thing. But to be a little bit more concise, so this particular PR company who's working for Rebel Wilson, they were trying to get rid of someone else, which is Amanda Ghost. Okay? People start realizing that maybe PR companies not only, because this was a thought usually, a PR company is to make you look good. Now people realize maybe a PR company is to make your opponents or ops look bad. It's always been like that, but seeing it on this level where we're talking about actresses is crazy. And then hip hop took onto it. Now, a lot of people after this news broke, they start mentioning Charlemagne, right? And here we go. And they start mentioning a particular clip that he did where he was speaking to Andrew Schultz on Brilliant Idiots, basically saying, hey, listen, this is, you know, something big is going to happen because there are people who are running negative stories about people. He said this before. Now, where do I think that comes from? I think Charlemagne is pretty cool with Rock Nation. And I think maybe some of the anti-Jay-Z stuff that's coming out, he might think it's a result of a paid campaign. What I would say to Charlemagne or whoever else, it's not a result of a paid campaign. People are starting to look at Jay-Z as Israel, meaning someone who is so protected that you get to a point of frustration that everybody's now really against them and they're spreading everything against them. That's my thought. Anyway, I will let you listen to this and then we'll get into the new stuff. And I haven't heard Ebro yet, but I'll start off with Ebro tweets that, and my tweets than his tweets. Check this out.
Oh, no, I was talking about, never mind, I don't even want to.
Say it. We could cut it.
There's a PR firm that reps two people in particular, and it's interesting to watch these two people put things out there in the ecosystem to control the narratives about things. I'll say this. Both names rhyme with each other. They rhyme. If you guess, I'll tell you.
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
No. Ooh. Both names rhyme, and one of their biggest endorsements rhyme.
Oh, Drake, Steak.
Fuck. You almost there.
I'll save you the cliffhanger. It's Blake, but Blake isn't Blake Lively.
Drake, Steak, and
I don't know who.
I thought this was the team. Y'all lied to me. Y'all told me this was the biggest story, and everybody's on to it.
oh, Blake.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Blake Lively.
Oh, you on it? You on it now?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You on it now? Yeah.
Right.
Damn.
This is a spreadsheet. What's that number?
2,026,000.
Wow.
That's all the sites they feed stories to. By the way, this is only one spreadsheet. Look at this one.
So I would love you. Tell
and
people.
by the way, look, and it's not just the sites. Look, hold on, look what's on. Look at the stuff that's on here. Look at all of the websites, all of the fan pages, all of the blog sites. I'm not gonna jump out the window and accuse y'all of anything. I'm just gonna simply say we know who's getting paid to push things. We know who's getting paid to push things.
We should put.
we know who's getting paid to push things.
We should put
They
the
about to
people
clip
out.
this and put
When
it.
it's time to push a narrative, nobody does it better than them. Nobody does it better than them. So when you see these fan pages, and I'm gonna tell you how they manipulate you. You look at these fan pages, right? Especially on X, the captions will say things that the video don't even say.
Oh wow.
Literally, you'll read the caption, and then you might click the video and not watch the full 2 minutes, 3 minutes, but the caption is already here. And then you'll go watch somebody on YouTube do a reaction video for it, and they're reinforcing the narrative. Next thing you know, you running around these PR firms. Like, there's an old school way of doing PR, right? And the old school way of doing PR, especially crisis PR, is you run to like a major publication. You run to a New York Times.
Oh no, they're much more intelligent than the old school way of doing it.
No, well, this firm in particular.
Yeah.
Because they listen, I remember when that article came out in 2023, and there was an article about I'm gonna tell you which article it was. I think we talked about it here on the podcast before, but it was an article about how bloggers, it was an NBC News article, how bloggers shaped the Tory Lanez trial.
Yep.
This was January 2023.
I got caught up in that shit.
And I remember saying to
You
myself, if I was a PR firm, I'm going to hire all of them immediately. I'm getting all of them on payroll. I'm going to get all those bloggers. I want the fan pages that be on X and all that. I want them all.
Okay. So just to put in perspective, and I'm sorry, like I feel like I'm reinventing the wheel every time I keep doing this elaborate lead up. So I did respond to that, and I literally said to Charlamagne, I said, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. At least within hip hop, it sounds ludicrous. I don't believe Drake for a second is paying to smear people. Why? I think Drake is the person who's gotten smeared the most. He's been called a certified PDF. I said if anyone was smearing people, I would probably say it's Roc Nation. And if someone did have proof of Drake doing it, I would love to look at it to see if, maybe it has some water. After I said that, let me go to Twitter. This is where, we're in the land of, not Grant, Drill. We're in the land of talking about what people want to know. Ebro quote tweeted me saying that, and he says, evidence? He says, this guy is asking for evidence. Not too sure what that means. Okay? But it was ironic to me that he even said that at all, and I'll tell you why. Why is it ironic? It's ironic to me because Ebro him saying, oh, why do we need proof? When I say, listen, there's a smear campaign. Or no, I didn't say a smear campaign. I said, just show me the proof of the smear campaign. Is that he was one of the people who pushed a lot of narratives against Drake, and no one thought that was a smear campaign. People just called him a hater. It just is what it is. So he questions why I'm looking for evidence. Yeah, I'm being responsible. Okay. Anyway. I responded like this. Okay. Am I wrong accounting? I responded like this. I said, so respectfully, Ebro, you've never gotten smeared by no one. And by the way, one of the reasons why I did do that whole thing about, people getting smeared, and I brought up Rock Nation, is because Pusha T, who's on Rock Nation, he quote tweeted this article. And he says, interesting. And I said, hey, I just wanted to clarify, in hip hop, I don't know if there's any active smear campaigns against people unless it's being put by Rock Nation. You're signed to them. That's what I said. And my bad, my brain had evaded me, or the thought in my brain had evaded me, but I got it back now. The reason why I was saying it was ironic with Ebro is that Ebro is essentially, which I'm pretty sure he's aware of, he's defending the stance that Charlemagne has. Oh, happy day. You spent years on terrestrial radio beefing with Charlemagne, saying the worst things about him, saying he's just the scum, he's untalented. Now that you're on the outside looking in, you're defending Charlemagne. What do you think Charlemagne's going to do? Like, oh, I love Ebro now? So it's ironic that he was going at me, but essentially him going at me is actually bigging up Charlemagne. So again, what I said, yo, respectfully, Ebro, you never got smeared. You got fired because you suck at your job of entertaining. And you laughed at that and you're getting laughed at because you acted like you were bigger than the program. They had to fire up a broadcast in your car. I'm sorry to tell you, Crody. I then said, yo, you got Ebro trying to act like Drake may have got him fired. Nah, nigga, you got fired because you ran a Ghetto Morning Show that got 723 views per episode. Yes, your employer doesn't want that dead weight on the payroll. You're fired. Now I'm going to play this clip. And I haven't heard it yet, so I'm going to listen to it in real time with y'all. I want to give y'all the chance to vote. Would you rather me play the clip in its entirety and then speak? Or should I pause it at every moment? Or should I play it in its entirety first, then replay it, and then I could pause? You guys let me know. Play it entirely first. Okay. Let's play it entirely first. Thank you.
It's just off the dome.
Neither.
It's a lot of dome up there, so I would.
No, there's no way he remembered your birthday off top. Something else happened. He went on Twitter, saw something.
Nobody was. I was on Twitter this morning. I checked in to see who I had pissed off 2 days ago. Because you guys know I pop in Twitter and I'll just pick something to piss people off, throw a grenade and bounce.
Yeah. Right.
And watch, and then come back 2 days later watching people argue about something I'm not paying attention to anymore. It's pretty fun. It's my new level of troll.
I respect it because yesterday, the birthday boy, the king of Why Do You Care, did decide to respond to something related to academics. You did. I mean, you don't care
That was
as much.
yesterday, right? No, that was yesterday. Yeah,
that was
in the morning.
I didn't know. You didn't say anything. I just saw it later.
What happened?
No, I just saw people commenting on it, and the thing I got irritated about, you know me, was just that the narrative, for two things. I didn't see what you said or what he was referring to, but there was a conversation about Ebro blames firing on Drake. I was like, what? I don't need to hear what that is to know that's not true. I don't.
So ridiculous.
I don't have to watch that to know that's not true.
Yeah.
And then Academics gives the real reason on the firing, which is that our ratings were pure trash, and then that just gets me angry. The outright line.
But that's not true either.
I know. The outright just being like, I'm just going to make something up and say it, and people believe someone.
But I wonder why he picked. Oh, I know why. Because I saw something where he was saying that he doesn't believe something about something Pusha liked or something. I forgot.
It was about
evidence. It was about evidence. I need evidence, and I was like, this guy's talking about evidence, and then he went on to just make up lies that he doesn't have evidence to support.
Yo, that's a great point,
Ebro. But I had to just stop it and just say this. But I'm gonna let your stuff play in totality, and I rarely ever do this. And people have all these, oh, hey, you should, when me and, I guess, Mark from Joe Budden's podcast was getting seen eye to eye, hey, Ak, you should sit down with him and debate. You guys are, no, I was good. Ebro, I think you're dead in the water. I'll toss you this life raft. I really think you're, number one, full of yourself. I think number two, it's been shown that you're just not that entertaining and you're just behind the times. I rarely do this. But I'm down, me and you, mano a mano. We could sit, not coming up to Apple, brother. You're not coming up to your rented conference room that you could act like you still have a radio show. You could come to my studio if you want to. And we could debate any topic. You don't got to send me the topics. Just sit in front of me. And I want to have that conversation with you because I used to respect you intellectually until I realized that there was so much ego and pompousness and the ability or this idea that you were this gatekeeper that no one else could really, like the culture couldn't progress with you, which it has. I'm down to sit down in front of you and you give me whatever. You could ask me whatever. If you want to talk about Drake, my relationship, I don't care what you want to talk about. I'll sit down with you because you're one of the people who, I used to intellectually respect you. But at this point, I just look at you as a has-been. And don't know if that, that piques your interest, but we could do that. And I think, come with 10 points, I think I eviscerate you all 10 points. It could be a debate. We could have a third-party person there, too. Doesn't have to be over-talking. Doesn't have to be loud mic. Everything I'm saying is rooted in actual, not only facts, but it's actually rooted in logic. What you guys are saying is coping, and I don't like that.
He needs evidence, but literally he just randomly will say, nah, they had terrible ratings. Never seen a rating.
But that's why I was like, yo, this guy needs evidence?
That's a great call. So, yeah, then he used that. But he'd been going off for a while saying different things, and we didn't give it much air. So I appreciated you.
Well, I'm sorry, chat. I'm trying not to, keep pausing this. They didn't give me air. Oh, we didn't give you the attention you were trying to get. Really? I do want to speak more about this ratings thing. We're gonna get to it, but I'm trying not to interject.
Look, I have to know or believe that whatever a lot of these, whether it's 50 Cent trolling other rappers, academics trolling other media people, whatever it is to get that. It's algorithm hustle. It's to get the algorithm.
Well, you also got to fill time.
They have to know they're promoting.
And the guys who stream every day got to fill. It's a lot of show to fill.
Yeah.
To not talk about other stuff like that. I kind of get it, And we're a good target, right?
Are we?
Well, for Ack, I think we were all I think I really feel like it's the movie that it's like the Joker. I think there's a lot of the Joker in there. I think Ack always wanted to be accepted in the radio world. And
maybe he'll come.
Chat, do I have to watch this fully before I respond? All right. If you guys say I can't pause it, I'll let it play, but I got to go back and pause it a lot. I'm going to just let it play, but...
I think Ack always wanted to be accepted in the radio world. And
maybe he'll come on your new podcast, Validate Me.
By the way, would be a great conversation.
Validate
and that was well done. And rather than us accept him, we were very harshly critical of him. And I think it led to, you know what I'm saying? To a personal offense. So then it's all like, you're losers. No one wants to be a part of that anyway. And it's like, but he grew up a Jersey kid, DJ. Nah, you did kind of want to be a part of it. And it didn't go well. That's
it's going well now.
Going great. But now you got to trash the thing that didn't accept you.
Well, and he also just doesn't have a social life. You know what I mean? He can't really go outside like that. I think that's sad. When I see that, he's just not. It's sad. It's sad that you're seen as a alcoholic, degenerate loser who can't go out. That hurts my feelings for you.
What?
What? No, isn't that how people see him?
All right. Guys,
no.
What else is happening, guys?
Yeah, hey, it's Ebro's birthday, man. This is a good start, bro.
Wait, no, but that's what people say about him.
The scared to go outside thing stays. Yes, that is a definite
No, but
thing.
people have said he's crashing out. He's drunk again. That's a thing.
I've seen a lot of crash out.
Why are you guys acting like I'm being mean to the guy?
No, it was the straight. No,
I'm not. I just don't want to talk about this.
That's fair, but I honestly was being serious. Like, that's a narrative.
I just knew there was probably a single on Ebro as he was saying it, and he was being so deadpan serious as if someone wouldn't be offended by what you just said. But I can't tell whether you're serious or not. Because remember, it was like the Drake thing. He's like, no, I don't know why Drake doesn't like me. All I simply said was he's a cancer. Like, sometimes it's your straight.
It's less him and more the brand.
Right. In that case, it's the brand.
And that's what I meant when I said it. I mean, obviously, it ballooned into other things, but that's what I meant.
But there are a lot of people who I think are in that space of they're really psyched that they stream so well, but as a result, they can't really go outside like that.
Right.
They say a lot of things inside, and then going outside gets complicated. You know what I mean?
So, yeah.
Most of these streamers walk around with security now.
Isn't that crazy? So many people walk around with security. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, listen, they go around in situations where, or say things, or they're concerned they're going to get robbed. I mean, there's a lot of things to be concerned about.
I don't know. I think they're concerned they're going to get slapped.
That's true, too, but...
Well, a famous rap group that represents New York hip-hop, but neither member is from New York, once made a song about that.
Which rappers group is this? Gangstar. Yeah, Suckers Need Bodyguards.
I knew you'd get it. You're a hip-hop savant.
Yeah, because Premier's from...
Houston. Premier is a true Houstonian, and Guru's father was a minister in Boston. Legitimately the most New York rap group of all time. Neither member,
however,
New York.
No. But
moved to Brooklyn.
They got their check mark from New Yorkers.
Yes, for sure.
For the work that they
obviously they contributed.
Yes. You didn't, and you're upset about it.
Yeah, I didn't get the.
But from some
I did.
Yeah,
from some
it's just not unanimous. It's like,
is that it?
Oh, where'd you go? Talk about it.
We went to, where did we go? Like Budokan.
Ooh,
nice.
It was nice. I haven't been there in, man, it feels like a decade.
I know.
Baby, you weren't enthusiastic in the lead up to it.
Right. Like, I wasn't like, yo, I got to do something crazy for my 50th. I actually, for my birthday, I often end up thinking, great, man, this is awesome. And
are technically toys. One of them.
Okay. All right, you guys heard it in its totality. Now I'll go back and I'll give proper reaction.
People commenting on it, and the thing I got irritated about, you know me, was just that the narrative. Two things. I didn't see what you said or what he was referring to, but there was a conversation about Ebro blames firing on Drake. I was like, what? I don't need to hear what that is to know that's not true. I don't.
So ridiculous.
I don't have to watch that to know that's not true.
Yeah.
And then Academics gives the real reason on the firing, which is that our ratings were pure trash, and then that just gets me angry. The outright line.
But that's not true either.
I know. The outright.
Put me in, coach. I got to drop 83 on these bum-ass niggas. E-Bummin' Rosendweep. I'm going to give y'all another lesson. This one was probably overdue. Show up to class on time, all right? I want to quickly read my tweets. We just heard what you said. I say, y'all trying to act like maybe Drake got him fired. I said, Ebro's trying to act like he got him fired. Why? Because you essentially chimed in on something about Drake running smear campaigns, something that, how would that have anything to do with you? Now, the only thing we know about you is that you lost your job. It's neither here nor there, but I want to make it very abundantly clear and start attacking points with actual facts. Let me just play this one more time.
About Ebro blames firing. I don't reason on the firing, which is that our ratings were pure trash, and then that just gets me angry. The outright line.
But that's not true either.
I know. The outright just being like, I'm just going to just make something up. And
no, that's true. E-Bummin' Rosendweep. I want you guys to come forward to the front of the class. I want you guys to stand in the corner. I'm going to give you a fucking lesson about media. It's sad because both of y'all are about like 120 years combined. But it's all good. I'm going to still give the lesson because maybe if you don't learn, because you guys seem like you guys have some mental disability or, mental handicapness, or maybe you're just like consciously stupid. If you haven't realized where the media game is when you're talking about ratings, you guys having ratings on terrestrial radio does not matter. Why? People have stopped putting on the radio in their cars. Just like people have started cord cutting and they're not watching TV on cable. Everything is digital now. The places you guys acted like you were big and bad and above. Let me give you an example, and this is why you're out of touch. And by the way, I know Ebro's not that stupid because you ran to Apple, not to another radio station. You ran to Apple, a digital outlet when it comes to media and music. You're doing a radio show that you need a phone to listen to. Not the old antiquated way of listening to it in the car. You need an app. When I say you guys' ratings are trash, I want you guys to look over there at your competitor. I'm not your competitor when you guys are or were on Hot 97. Look at your competitor. Their name is Power 105. They're owned by iHeartMedia. Well, let me give you a little bit about iHeartMedia. If you thought your ratings were that good, just like I'm pretty sure if you ask any radio person, oh, our ratings are good. Why the fuck did iHeartMedia just do $1 billion deal with Netflix? They care about digital revenue because that's where everyone's going. That's where the audience is. That's where the kids are. So you tell me about your ratings. I'm going to look at you digitally. Don't tell me that, oh, no. What you don't understand is that those airwaves, Hot 97, WBFM or whatever it is, that's the call sign. It's owned by the fucking federal government. It's not even owned by MS Communication, who used to be the old owner. And the new owner, it's not owned by you. It's leased. So when you talk about ratings, remember you need to catch up. But you guys seem too old and too slow to catch up. So I'm going to catch you up and catch the audience up. These companies that own these radio stations, they look at themselves not just a radio station, because here's the thing, and this is why you got fired. Any schlub could be put in your position and get about the same audience. Why? People listen to the radio not for y'all, but because out of necessity, if they still listen to the radio. So they didn't need to pay y'all all that money. Y'all weren't talent. If they're going to listen to Hot 97 during their commute to work, they're going to listen to Hot 97. They're not going to listen for Ebro. There's no significance there. Even, and I'll talk about this other bum who's up there now, Miro. I'm pretty sure his ratings ain't that bad for what people listen to in the car, because if people have a habit of turning to Hot 97, they will. Let me tell you why you got fired. You got fired because iHeart was working on $1 billion deal for Charlamagne the God. Charlamagne the God and the Breakfast Club was doing 50 million views a month on YouTube. Digitally, they saw that streaming. And this is why y'all got fired. Why do I have to tell you this? You got fired from a radio station because even radio stations care about streaming. Dummy. It's a reason why iHeart said to Charlamagne and the Breakfast Club, we're going to license y'all to Netflix for streaming. We see the 50 million a month. Views, every clip going crazy. Bring those people to Netflix. $1 billion play. When you guys were on Hot 97, there was no deal that could be available like that. You think these billionaires don't talk to each other? Hey, what y'all got going over at iHeart? Oh, we about to bring the Breakfast Club and killing on YouTube and killing it in streaming. We're about to bring them to a streaming platform that streams movies, but we're going to be the only radio show / podcast over there. What? We're going to do it. Do you think Hot 97 was ever considered to go to Netflix? While you might keep saying the culture shit, you realize the person who owns the Breakfast Club, well, the person who owns Hot 97 Morning Show, they want to make more money. They wanted to make more money. So essentially, you guys did get canceled for ratings. I know you want to make up some other reason like, oh, it's your political beliefs. No, it's not. Because if you guys were absolutely smashing it, doing Joe Rogan numbers on YouTube and in the streaming world and ranked number one among, repurposed audio podcasts and your show is just number one, you would not get fired. You guys got fired because this is where media is. And listen up to all the fucking old fucks at all these radio stations. Your radio station don't think you're valuable because they think at this point, whoever is going to keep playing the radio is going to keep playing their station. They're looking for new revenue, which comes through streaming. Here's the sad reality about it. when you put Rosendweeb and Ebum on something, no one watches it. No one. By the way, I'm not even, they think I got some personal gripe or personal axe to grind. I'm saying the same thing about this other loser. Hey, you see, everybody was dick riding because he's friends with half of these bum ass niggas in media in the industry. Oh, it's so good that Miro got the job for Hot 97. Let me show you Hot 97 views. They're abysmal. He's gonna get fired too. They put out a show and 1,000 people watch. Traplo Ross suns their entire channel. Just look at their videos. 4 hours and 258 views. Just look at all this. They spent 12 minutes talking about Angela Simmons and got 860 views. I want to put this in perspective. The company is actually mapping this out. You couldn't get 1,000 views, my nigga? So your content made us $2? $1.99? 54 cents? Yes, you're going to get fired, buddy. They probably guaranteed you a year, but you're going to get fired too. I seen he was talking slick about me. I see he ain't come back. Hot 97, this is not the 80s, 90s, or even early 2000s. They're not hiring y'all to get radio ratings up. At this point, if you like listening to Hot 97, you're going to listen to Hot 97. If you like listening to Power 5, you're going to listen to Power 5. They're thinking about streaming, dummy. And look at these views. Just look at them. He puts out, the bum-ass thing in that mirror puts out a show every day. 500 views. 400 views. By the way, Ebro, Rosendweeb, y'all views were like that too. That's why you got let go. He's going to get let go. I'm telling you, it's not personal. It's strictly business. Let me tell you this, man, because I've been there, and see, y'all niggas don't take accountability. When me and Joe was on that motherfucking thing, me and Joe knew, hey, we're adding my audience, the chat niggas, we're adding to the JBP gang. Yo, we need to be throwing up 300 daily. Facts. 300. After Joe left, my job was to at least throw up 100. Hey, Wayno's new. He ain't got he's getting his feet under him. Act. This is your show. You got to carry. Throw up 100. These boys is doing 300 views. When I say 100, I'm talking about 100,000. These boys are doing 300 views. 500 views. This is real. The boy bought Juvenile. Matter of fact, look at this. And this is why I said, yo, all them niggas, they all end up falling. Juvenile, let me see, Juvenile. Look, give me a second. Juvenile went up there. Nobody even knew that the nigga did an interview. Nobody knew. Because Miro is irrelevant. E-Bum is irrelevant. Rosendweeb is super irrelevant. And what happens here, I get Juvenile's PR people hit me up like, yo, Ak, you want to do it now? No, I'm good. I'm good. I could just talk by myself. I'm straight. I don't even need to interview Juvenile. Because when y'all keep going to these platforms first, y'all going to learn a lesson. I'm good. You went to Hot 97 and you got 5,000 views. Good job. Now, it's nothing against Juvenile particularly. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is that radio stations and the entities that own them want to go into streaming. So when you hear a bum like Ebro and Rosendweeb, Rosendweeb, just to let you know, buddy, just to let you know, you got fired from that job at Hot 97. You know where your other job is? At WWE. You know what WWE did? They signed a deal with Netflix too. they're streaming their content. They signed a deal with a streamer. So when you guys talk about ratings, I'm talking about, could you pull a crowd digitally, streaming? That's where the game is. Your new employer is all about streaming. You're just not the main guy there. Who gives a fuck? People gonna watch WWE regardless. But when y'all say, oh, ratings were good, stop lying to the people and stop lying to yourselves. Media has transformed into a streaming empire where now if you could have a great show on radio, but if it doesn't stream, most of these places saying, we put 40 years of investments in this radio station anyway. We just need somebody to stream. So that's why you got fired. Those low views, 600 views, 723 views. You got fired for that, brother. I'm sorry. You notice that y'all got fired while Charlamagne got a raise, right? Do y'all realize y'all got fired while Charlamagne got a raise? Y'all are in the same industry. We're using the same metrics. We're not doing much more. Y'all got fired. Charlamagne got a raise. Why? Charlamagne digitally appealed to the next frontier of radio, which is streaming. Y'all digitally do not appeal to nobody but the unemployment line. And that's why you're standing there. So you tell me what I lied about. If you think people are thinking about radio ratings, no. They're thinking about, like, people don't even listen to radio no more.
And say it and people believe someone.
But I wonder why he picked. Oh, I know why. Because I saw something where he was saying that he doesn't believe something about something Pusha liked or something. I forgot.
It was about
but it was
labels
about evidence.
doing something, and he said,
it was about I need evidence, and I was like, this guy's talking about evidence, and then he went on to just make up lies that he doesn't have evidence to support.
Yo, that's a great point. He needs evidence, but literally he just randomly will say, nah, they had terrible ratings.
But
Never seen a rating.
But that's why I was like,
I want to clarify again. If y'all keep thinking ratings are FM ratings, which is measured by Nielsen Now Luminate, I want to let you know this is why you're failing. When I say ratings, it's that you guys can't get nobody to fuck with you. And we're in a digital streaming era, and y'all looking goofy.
like, yo, this guy needs evidence?
That's a great call. So yeah, then he used that, but he'd been going off for a while saying different things, and we didn't give it much air. So I appreciated you.
Well, look, I have to know or believe that whatever a lot of these, whether it's 50 Cent trolling other rappers, academics trolling other media people, whatever it is, it's to get that. It's algorithm hustle. It's to get that.
Yo, Ebro is so, like, hypocritical. Ebro, at the end of the day, there's nothing I feel like you're doing that. We only talk about you when you talk about Drake or you're hating on media. Nobody's ever said, yo, what does Ebro think about? I mean, I would say NBA Youngboy, but nothing. If he's not fully, like, in the bucket of I'm hating, like, we don't really care about his opinion.
Algorithm.
Well, you also got to fill time.
They have to know they're promoting.
And the guys who stream every day got to fill. It's a lot of show to fill.
Yeah.
To not talk about, like, other stuff like that. I kind of get it, you know? And we're a good target, right?
Are we?
Well, for Ack, I think we were all, like, I think I really feel like it's the movie that it's like the Joker. I think there's a lot of the Joker in there. I think Ack always wanted to be accepted in the radio world. And
maybe he'll come on your new podcast. Validate me.
By the way, would be a great conversation.
Validate me.
Rosenbaum, I would never come on your podcast. That's a fact. By the way, if I'm saying anything I'm lying about, I want, we could get to some proof. When I was at Complex, they offered me money to be on your show. I said no. You were the only person they offered me money to be on a show. They would be like, hey, you want to do sneaker shopping? Cool, I'll do it. You want to do this? No, I want to do it, but whatever. They offered me money to be on your show. I just want to be very clear. They offered me money and I still turned it down. Okay?
Other rappers, academics trolling other. Get that.
It's a lot of show to fill.
Yeah.
To not talk about, like, other stuff like that. I kind of get it, you know? And we're a good target, right?
Are we?
Well, for Ack, I think we were all like.
Oh.
I think we.
Oh, the point was he was saying I want to be accepted. I don't know how you could come to that conclusion. Yo, this shit's kind of like so frustrating for me to even talk about. Because I feel like I've just cooked these things too much. Bro, what do you mean I'm trying to be at y'all table? Dog, I went to Complex, you had to come to Complex, my nigga. Like, why do you think that I'm trying to be accepted by y'all? What?
I really feel like it's the movie that it's like the Joker. I think there's a lot of the Joker in there. I think Ack always wanted to be accepted in the radio world. And
maybe he'll come on your new podcast. Validate me.
By the way, would be a great conversation.
Validate me.
And
Okay.
And that was well done. And rather than us accept him, we were very harshly critical of him. And I think it led to a, you know what I'm saying? To like a personal offense. So then it's all like, you're losers. No one wants to be a part of that anyway. And it's like, but he grew up a Jersey kid, DJ. Like, nah, you did kind of want to be a part of it. And it did.
No, of course I wanted to be part of radio. He's trying to make it seem like I want to be with him. No, I didn't want radio because I thought that was the pinnacle until I realized what I was doing was the pinnacle, which was putting up videos on YouTube. So I don't particularly feel rejected at all. If anything, I feel the opposite. I feel like I'm rejecting y'all. Because I feel like when it comes to the internet way of doing media, these independent media companies, I've laid brick by brick. So it's not that I want to be cool with y'all. It's that I like to point out that you were the guys that every time I build something up, you would throw a stone trying to break it down. But now you're here. So you're going to bow down and pay homage as you should. Not just to me, but to everybody who's been doing it.
Didn't go well. That's
Well, no, it's going well now.
Going great. But now you got to trash the thing that didn't accept you.
Well, and he also just doesn't have a social life. You know what I mean? He can't really go outside like that. I think that's sad when I see that. Like,
Ebro, I just need you to stop lying, bro. Like, I mean, I can say the worst things about you. Yo, Ebro, nigga, you saw me at that Barclays Center, nigga. And that time I didn't have security with me. I had a bunch of people with me, but like, nigga, bro, you saw me. That's not outside to you. I hate this idea when people try to bait. Like, they think I'm like a dumb rapper, though. Oh, he just don't be outside. You're not outside until you get beat up. You know that, right? That's according to these guys. When they can't beat you, they hope somebody else beats you or beats you up. Oh, he's never outside, but he goes constantly to the place with 20,000 people at. Oh, he's never outside. Like, outside where? Now, it's not a flex to be like, oh, I'm just like some reckless guy or whatever, but Ebro, you literally saw me, looked me in my eye, and say, what up? But you get on here and say, you've never, oh, I'm not outside. Whatever, bro. This is
like, he's just not. It's sad. Like, it's sad that you're like seen as like a alcoholic, degenerate loser who can't go out. Like, that hurts my feelings for you.
I go wherever I want to go. This is where, like, you know, a weakling like him is trying to like trick me out, you know, not my position, but like trick me into reacting the way he wants me to react. Like, nah, nigga, where you think I can't go? Chat, if y'all think that I'm not going to everywhere I want to go, whatever, but
What?
No, isn't that how people see him?
All right. Guys,
no.
what else is happening, guys?
Yeah, hey, it's Ebro's birthday, man. This is a good start, bro.
Wait, no, but that's what people
the
say
not going
about
out,
him.
The scared to go outside thing stays. Yes, that is a definite
No, but
thing.
people have said he's
it's not true. You know why I started crashing out on this nigga? He was talking slick about me. I don't fuck with him. He gets hired by Complex. I'm in the green room, the big green room for Everyday Struggle. I'm walking. I think I was about to walk to my car because we were the first show that I filmed. Bro, I seen the dude. I ignored him. Bro, I can't really dap you up and act fake cool with you when, like, you're online talking crazy about me. So I didn't say nothing to him. He ran online and said, "Oh, I seen academics. He was mad. Yo, I think he's mad soft, or he's like mad scary or some shit." I challenged him to a boxing match afterwards. He DM'd me saying he doesn't want to do it. Bro, I don't know, man. I just can't win versus these niggas, man.
Crashing out, he's drunk again. Like,
There's
that's
a lot
a thing.
I've seen a lot of crash out.
Why are you guys acting like I'm being mean to the guy?
No, it was the straight. No,
I'm not. I just don't want to talk about this.
That's fair, but I honestly was being serious. Like, that's a narrative.
I just knew there was probably a single on Ebro as he was saying it, and he was being so deadpan serious, as if someone wouldn't be offended by what you just said. But I can't tell whether you're serious or not. Because remember, it was like the Drake thing. He's like, no, I don't know why Drake doesn't like me. All I simply said was he's a cancer. Like, sometimes it's your straight.
It's less him and more the brand.
Right. In that case, it's the brand.
And that's what I meant when I said it. I mean, obviously, it ballooned into other things, but that's what I meant.
But there are a lot of people who I think are in that space of they're really psyched that they stream so well, but as a result, they can't really go outside like that.
Right.
They say a lot of things inside, and then going outside gets complicated. You know what I mean?
So yeah,
most of these streamers walk around with security now.
Isn't that crazy? Yo, so many people walk around with security. It's crazy.
Yo, chat, this is why you can't try to please or like go back and forth with people. This is a narrative. Because nobody never beats you up, you don't go outside. The day you get beat up, they're gonna say it's the first day you went outside. Come on, dog. The day you get beat up, it's gonna be like, yeah, I told you he don't be outside. This is the first time he came outside, and look what happened.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, listen, they go around in situations where, or say things, or they're concerned they're going to get robbed. I mean, there's a lot of things to be concerned about.
I don't know. I think they're concerned they're going to get slapped.
That's true, too, but...
Well, a famous rap group that represents New York hip-hop, but neither member is from New York, once made a song about that.
Which rappers group is this? Gangstar. Yeah, suckers need bodyguards.
I knew you'd get
it. It's like rap trivia. I don't think they talking about me with that. Every rapper has security. Lil Baby, Meek Mill, Lil Durk. Everybody has security, man. Fuck out of here. I'm trying to drum up something in me to really go at these guys, but I'm like, they're saying the same shit. Maybe y'all could say something in the comments I could go off on. Because I feel like these guys are coping. Or y'all ask me contentious questions that I could be like, oh, I've never cleared that up. I thought other than giving them the business sense that, look up, dummy, iHeart, who owns Power 105, just did a streaming deal on Netflix for $1 billion. Yes, that's why you fucking got fired. Because your company can't do a streaming deal because your views suck. Your ratings suck. That's ratings, too. All right. I'm not going to drag it anymore. All right, before we get to there, and I'm about to take a piss too. Chat, lock in with me. We're going to be going for some hours here. All right, it's still early. It's 1 o'clock. Don't fall asleep on me. What am I trying to do? What am I trying to put up? Oh. So DJ Vlad did an interview with Mano. And this shit's hilarious too. I'm going to play it. I'm going to try to play it on 1.25 speed and get straight to it. Here we go.
05, I was one of the guys that they was constantly going at. Then I got to the point I was like, I couldn't understand it in the beginning because I wasn't used to niggas talking like that to me or about me, right?
All right, so this is Mano on Vlad TV. He's basically talking about why him and 50 are getting into it. He mentions me slightly. I just want to react to this real quick. I'm going to take a real quick piss, all right?
I think I sent a few shots. I think a couple of people got caught in that, but it is what it is. Look how many times niggas in what you gonna play? Let me hear it.
Well, no, I'm not gonna play anything.
Oh,
but you saying I don't understand how all these people talking about me, they don't know me. When you came out with the song Rumors, where you talked about a whole bunch of people that you had never met.
Listen. I talk about the rumors of the game. Think about what you're saying. That's different than a nigga going on on his platform to call me a snitch without no evidence about that. What are we talking about? How's that the same?
Okay, I mean, you started out with the song, I heard the Shook Smack game.
That's what I heard. That was a rumor.
Right, but you are still like taking a shot at someone by saying that. I know Game. Game did not take that very well, I'm sure, right? Come on.
I get that. But at the end of the day,
there are a whole bunch of other people, you mentioned along the
but
way.
you comparing. I mean, it's similar, and I think whereas you taking things that were said on a record and what I creatively made about the rumors in the industry, and you comparing that to a nigga that never met me, disrespecting me.
But you're disrespecting people in the
nigga,
song.
hell no. No, that's
Mano,
not
I love you, Mano, but come on, man.
Listen to what I'm saying, Vlad. If a man is saying things about you that is absolutely untrue, that's not disrespect to you?
You don't know the Shook Smack game. That's just one of the things.
But I said I heard.
Doesn't matter.
It
You're
does
still putting
matter.
it out there.
Yo, Vlad, we can argue all day up and down from here to the fucking moon. That you're not gonna make me believe that that's the same.
All right. Let's keep
of a diss, but more or less about the messaging in it. You know what I'm saying? Because who you think really got dissed in there?
Okay, so Mano dropped a new song. I'm not fond of it. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. It's just that I get it, you guys are rappers by trade, but it doesn't mean that every time I have a problem, y'all got to keep trying to drop songs. I get y'all trying to monetize, I get it. But not everything sounds like something that people would play again. I don't think Mano should be rapping. I think Mano, his true calling, and I want to give some advice to Mano. Mano, I think you should study Taxstone. I think you're a wannabe Taxstone at this point. The thing with Taxstone, and I don't like him either, but Taxstone had a way to kind of like relate to people on some shit where they thought like he had a higher level of like, intellectual understanding or a street understanding that people would flock to. The thing with you is that you're a man with no island. You could talk, by trade. But there's nothing that people really want to really get from you. There's no one who's really opening their phone to say, I wonder what Mano's opinion is. I wonder what, Mano. No. Your music as well is just subpar. That's it. And I gave that opinion before. I'm going to give it again. I think he's just a wannabe Taxstone. That's it. He's a wannabe Taxstone. The guy who has his tough reputation, who could kind of like speak from a way where people believe him so much and think he's been through it. But in reality, he's dense. Or not even dense. He's really hollow in terms of knowledge. But I'll let it keep playing.
I guess I took it overall as a diss. I mean, you have that one line, 50 tried to use the N-word mask as a pawn, causing more division in the city, got
That's
stoned.
a fact. You think he playing chess? You think that he didn't know what he was doing? That was a chess move. Everybody gives 50 the credit for being this thinker, right? This chess move. So he understands the temperature between Max and Jim Jones. Mm-hmm. You don't think that like, come on, that's, and look at what I'm saying. I ain't saying nothing wrong because all I do is cause more division in the city. That's just causing more division because now it's looking like Max co-signed it, right? Which he did. Right.
If you're on the song, you're co-signing it.
Right.
If you're
but
doing
the song, hold on, relax. First of all, relax.
Okay.
The song had already been done. Did you know that?
Which song?
That song.
The 50 song?
All right, I'm going to keep skipping.
Odds.
Okay.
All right, true. So if we trying to get to a space where cooler heads is firing at whoever was in the video, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, fucking asshole.
Nah, that's a new problem. I feel like the way you put the beat together, the way you layered.
You heard another nigga say that didn't like me, so now you repeating it.
Okay.
I zip niggas up. Let's get to that. And I've always been the underestimated one. Niggas never gave me my credit for being anything. You understand? When it comes to dressing, when it comes to music, you understand? You got niggas that actually really get on the internet and argue that I don't have no hits.
No,
you got hits. Yeah, like just
you have hits. All the above.
But it don't even matter, right? We don't got to go into anything.
Haters.
But my point is, I've always felt like I was a slept-on artist.
Mm-hmm.
I always felt like I was a slept-on artist with something to talk about. Like my story was real, what I was given. Nigga, you comparing me to who? Don't compare me to nobody else. Compare me to me.
Well, not everyone remembers this, but 50 actually helped you out back in the day.
Yeah, and,
right?
I gave him his credit, and it's 30 interviews with me talking about that.
Including this one, right? So
yeah, but
you guys don't have like an inherent beef, a long-term beef or whatever else. I always thought there was a mutual respect.
Here, listen, this is why I'm so befuddled with the whole issue as it pertains to him, because if you go back and look at any interview where his name came up, I always gave him his flowers. I always gave him his credit, always gave him the grace and the respect because of what he done for me. I was going to sign to Atlantic anyway, but it was like taking long, and he made that call, and it got done, right? Drink Champs, even after the beef started, I went on Drink Champs and still said that, right? So when he go do his little diss or whatever, and says, "Oh, Bar ripped him." Oh.
Wait. Which line are you talking about?
Yes, it's everybody didn't catch the line. So you see this shot where he says
at the barbershop.
Yeah.
That's where your face got cut.
Yeah,
that's what he's trying to reference. Yeah.
But he referenced that, but he also referenced the guy's name.
Oh, that was his name?
Yeah.
Bar?
Yeah.
Oh.
He referenced his name. So now I'm thinking, okay, now this is personal. Now you're talking street shit. And now you saying it, I don't know why niggas is saying it as if it was like a strike against my character, because it's not. We cut each other. Okay?
So you cut him first, he cut you second.
I cut him first, he cut me back.
Yeah.
No big. I cut many guys. All right? It is what it is.
How many guys did you cut?
A plethora.
Okay.
All right? And everybody knows this. But on the internet, they like to just focus on that because of this. No problem. Right? So now when he does that, I'm saying, oh, he going to like street shit. And this is why now I can't even, I gave him his credit. I can't give him to him no more.
Well, from my point of view, seeing the way 50 operates, me and him have talked, but we don't have like a close relationship like I do with Yayo, right? So I'm not going to speak.
Who the fuck is you? Who the fuck is he?
To someone that he has beef with. So I feel like in this situation, this is where you landed.
Who
50 don't have beef directly with Mano, but since Mano was with these dudes,
who you got beef with?
Jim Jones?
This way.
Oh, so who the fuck is you? Who the fuck is he?
What do you mean?
Who the fuck is he?
50? But I'm saying this is how he operates. We've seen this before.
So what?
Okay.
So
I'm not
what?
saying you should understand it.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm just saying that's
if
what I think it is.
Listen, if a nigga got a problem, I don't owe no nigga nothing as far as it comes to any level of loyalty, because as far as I knew, that they little back and forth ain't nothing real. That was nothing, because I remember them cool, and they had a little workout, little banter. And that's all this started from like a post in 2020. See, I remember them going back and forth on Instagram about working out. And then one day, Capo put up a picture of Mel Murder, and I liked it. I didn't read the caption. It was Mel Murder. He from Bed-Stuy. I liked it. He locked up. I liked it. I'm saluting. 50 takes the picture of the post. This is what I'm saying. He's so sensitive, right? He take a picture of that post, of me liking it, and says, yeah, I helped this guy before, and I guess he forgot, you got to watch people and all that. And I was like, what? I was confused. I didn't understand. So I went back, and then I read the caption. I said, oh, shit, these niggas going back and forth. So that I goes and puts up the post and say, yo, you overthinking, bro. Like, I could never forget about what you talking about. I can never forget about that. And I left it like that, and I don't think we ever really was the same. And this is a nigga that I felt like we had a decent...
It's going to pick up, Chad. I'm sorry.
A relationship, right? I respect him on his impact in the game, him being an artist that has impacted the game, even his business sense or whatever, right? And definitely respected what he done, but I never knew nothing gangster about him. I didn't ever have that respect for him, and I think that maybe because I was showing so much grace and giving him his flowers for so long, I think that kind of got devalued. Maybe thought that, did you think that I had extra respect on some gangster shit? Because I never did. I never believed that. I had no reason to.
Well, meaning what exactly? Meaning that you don't think that he did gangster activities at various points throughout his life?
No, I don't know. I have no way of knowing that. Well, and I don't want to make this whole interview about him, but listen, let me say this. I think he capitalized on a moment. It benefited him. What happened to him? I think two things that happened to him was probably the greatest things that ever happened, and one of those things was the fact that he got shot. Now, the fact that he got shot, whether they say it was 5 times, really, he lied, and not, whatever, right? All right, that justified him wearing a vest, pictures with guns. It justified the imagery. It gave it a storyline. Oh, all these old niggas trying to kill me. Oh, man, everybody trying to kill me. There's a sense of danger. And then him signing Eminem amplified that. So now you got that storyline, then you got that machine. That was the perfect ingredients for success. We saluted it, we loved it. There was an underdog that came up. We was all with it, right? Anything gangster, I don't know nothing about that.
Well, I mean, he was also a great songwriter.
The music was
there. Music was definitely there.
We can't take nothing. Listen, I'm not taking nothing from no nigga that deserved what he deserved, but I'm not gonna give extra.
Right. Well, but here's the thing, right? And this is something that really can't be disputed. And I watched this from the outside looking in. Jeter had real serious street beef with a lot of very serious guys.
Who?
Jimmy Henchman.
They got spanked. Nigga, are you crazy?
Really?
They got spanked. What is wrong with you?
What do you mean you got?
Now, I'm not in the position to kind of argue if this guy's telling the truth. Obviously, I don't really care for him that much. But what we've always heard about when it came to like the beef with henchmen, somebody's son got slapped, somebody got killed over it. I guess Mano's giving us the Brooklyn tea.
They got spanked.
Yo, yo, Black, please, trust me when I'm telling you this. I don't really want to go into all this, but they got spanked. What is wrong with you? Jimmy had his way. People died. What are you talking about?
Jimmy had his way?
What are you talking about?
I mean, Yayo's house got shot up over that situation. I understand that. But ultimately...
Think about what you're saying and think about what happened.
Meaning what? That Jimmy's doing double life?
Listen, in that situation, that situation, they wasn't a victim in that situation, brother.
Right.
Okay, so what?
But I feel like these guys stood their ground.
Who stood what ground?
I think Gina stood their ground.
You don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Okay.
And it's easy to go for with the folklore. What else? Who else?
World.
You don't even know World. World is my childhood friend. Okay. Listen, this is things. He wasn't.
They didn't have beef with World?
Listen, that wasn't no.
The shooting that happened after 97?
Listen, this is what I don't even want to get into it.
Okay.
One incident happened. Right? You think you really into it with somebody with one incident?
Suge Knight.
Yo, bro,
the
listen.
stabbing incident at the Vibe Awards.
Yo, listen, look, all I'm saying is I don't have no reason to believe the extra gangster shit. You believe whatever you want to believe. I ain't here to tell you.
We're talking about actual incidents. We saw the video at the Vibe Awards, right?
What happened at the Vibe Awards?
The guy that attacked them and them getting stabbed.
Attacked who?
Attacked Dr. Dre.
Who was with them? Yo, bro.
They were there with Dr. Dre.
Yo, bro, leave me.
They were signed to Dr. Dre.
Yo, bro, listen to me. I'm not going to debate you on another man. I'm speaking from my perspective. And it is what it is. Like, I don't have no reason to believe nothing extra. Those incidents that you're talking about, whatever. You know what I'm saying? People lost a lot. Like, look, it don't even matter to me, right? Look, like I said, you believe whatever the fuck you want to believe. I know truth. I think it's all a character, whatever, man.
It is what it is. If you and 50 got on the phone today.
Yeah,
that's kind of interesting. Like, he's painting a picture like 50 was just never that guy. I don't think we've ever heard someone say that.
You could have a civilized...
I don't see why not.
Yeah,
I don't,
civilized conversation.
Listen,
which is something I hope for, by the way.
It don't even matter to me, though. But the thing is this, though. I don't care to do it because I don't want a nigga to confuse anything because you already said things that I feel like now I need to stand on. Oh, you don't want to smoke. You want to be cool. I don't. Who the fuck?
But who?
All right, man. All I'm gonna say is that I'm Team 50 on this one. I know y'all think I'm glazing 50, but on this one, I'm Team 5th. And if Mano wants us to believe that 5th never did none of these things, 5th ain't like that. I think when he did get back into it with 5th told him one simple thing. Pull up and find out. So if Mano's doing Vlad TV interviews and talking to everybody when 50, the guy who was verbally and seemingly maybe even physically bullying him, the same pull up, seems like the problem is with you. Okay, we'll move past this. So let's get on to, should we get to Finesse 2 Times? Wait. Finesse 2 Times. Yeah. So 2 things with Finesse 2 Times, y'all. Finesse 2 Times is stuck in a bad recording contract. And he's been trying to get out for the longest, but he claims that the people he signed to, which is Mob Ties, they won't let him out of contract. Now, finally today, what the fuck is this? Finally today, it appears that Jay Prince and him responded. But this is what he said before two mob ties in the world about getting out of contract.
Hey, Junior, I want out my contract too, bro. I don't want to be mob ties no more. I want my own shit. Let me go. Let me go, Junior. We done already made all the money we can make. I don't want to go to no another label with you. I love you. But I no longer want to be mob ties business-wise. I love all the mob ties street niggas. It's time for me a new look, Junior. It's time. Let me out that contract, bro. I'm done with that contract, bro. We ain't made no money. I've been with you 4 years, P. We ain't dropped number 2 projects. Ain't mob ties, ain't hitting on nothing with the music shit, P. I'm 33 years old, P. Let me go to somebody, P, that's gonna let me motherfucking me gon' give me about 10, 15, 20 M's out this shit. If you
Okay, so he said that, and he started getting emotional over it. Listen to this.
Don't hit me.
Damn.
You greedy motherfucker. You greedy motherfucker. You greedy motherfuckers.
Damn. Oh, man.
You greedy motherfucker. You greedy motherfucker. Little baby.
Okay, so he was basically, kind of crying. He was talking about, like, basically his label, he's calling them greedy. However, what ended up happening is that it appears that finally Jay Princeton has responded. So Baby J, which is the youngest brother, and also Jay Prince Jr., they said there ain't no victim bigger on the internet than a man who blew $1 million and who's having a trouble getting it back. It's everybody's fault but their own. It's harder to look in the mirror than it is to point a finger. Now, I posted that. He chimed back in. He said millions. And it appears that their side is that they gave this guy maybe millions of dollars trying to invest in him, and he fucked off the money. And now that the money isn't where it should be, he's mad at them and claiming that, they're not doing nothing with his career. Now, we don't know what's the truth, honestly. But they're both sending this. Oh, yeah, I can't see it. This is what Baby J Prince and J Prince Jr. Yeah, they reposted the same thing. Yeah, so I'm kind of torn on this because I like Finesse 2 Times. But I also do understand that, all right, so when I think a label is wrong, I'll tell you what I think is wrong. If a label literally doesn't want to put out your music and they won't let you have any other music out, that's when I kind of get really a little hazy on these label situation. Because not everything is the label's fault. Not everything is the label's fault. But if this label won't open up a budget, just kind of keeping you hostage, hoping that eventually you pop off, they're not giving you no resources, no nothing, that's a horrible label if you ask me. Very horrible label. Okay? Anyway. we don't have a response back to that yet. But Finesse Two Times did get online to answer 1090 Jake. 1090 Jake, who's calling out people for boxing, he said he wanted to fight 2 people. And one was Finesse Two Times, one was Offset. No, is it Offset? No, it's not Offset. No, Finesse Two Times, they want to fight Offset. One was Finesse Two Times for 1090 Jake, and the other person was who was the other person? Boston Richey. Anyway, here's go.
90 Jake, man, I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, I like me to beat the shit out of any rapper I've exposed. Now, I was watching the Aiden Ross fights last night, and I felt motivated, compelled, right? I always want to give the people what they want, even if they're not my people. And plenty of people have always wanted to see me get into it with whatever rapper I spoke on. And I have a long list of rappers that have ended up on my channel in ways that they didn't appreciate, right? And some of y'all swear that these dudes are the toughest dudes. They've been to jail, prison, the streets, whatever. Perfect. Show me. Because as much as y'all try to downplay me, I really did a lot of the shit these rappers talk about. So for this video, I'm gonna go through the list of rappers I've exposed until we find a suitable opponent. 1090 Jake, man, I'm rocking with y'all.
So that happens. He basically, I guess he reaches out, and he's pretty straight about it. He wanted to fight a few of the people he talked about who claimed he ruined their career. You know, obviously, the thing with rappers, why asking them for a fight nerfs them. Most of them, when they're thinking about running into you, they're thinking about having 50 people with them. They're not thinking about using their hands. And also, even if they rap about killing, they're not thinking shooting you, okay? So, 1090 Jake says that. And then what happens is, you know, people say, well, would you fight Finesse Two Times? And he basically says, shit, why not? Now, Finesse Two Times responded to that when he said this.
I'm at 1090 Jake trying to box me. What the fuck is you talking about 1090 Jake trying to box me, bro? Man, that white boy 6'9", man. That white boy 7 feet, man. I ain't got nothing but some hollow points for that white boy, man. Man, that nigga can probably haul motherfucking Nissans and Maximas and shit, man. You think I'm finna fight a white boy that motherfucking big? Man, I ain't got nothing but some 5'6". Man, tell Jake 29. What is his name? Tell 1090 Jake, man. He can fight these motherfucking 5'6" when I see him. Tell Jake 20. Tell 1090 Jake he can fight for his life when I catch his ass. Fight that. Fuck is you talking about, bitch? You 6'7", 6'8". I'm 5'9". You talking about fighting me, bitch? I ain't got nothing but some 5'6" for you. Yeah, what you thought you were finna get off? I'm at 1090 Jake trying to box me. Fight this G-Flex. Fight this Genius.
He's naming weapons, chat.
Get what? I'd have caught you sitting down playing poker. I'd have put me about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I appreciate the gills. Hey, I would have put me about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 locks in a sock. And I would have dropped that motherfucker in an extra sock just so it won't go through that one sock. I would have tied that motherfucker up real tight. Real tight. And I'm going to make one for y'all too, chat. I would have tied them locks in that sock real tight. Let me show you what else I would have did for extra security. I would have took an extra sock and wrapped it around my wrist and tied an extra knot in it.
The
just
fuck is he
so,
talking
because you big as hell, so if that first lick don't, if I don't clud you out with that first bitch, and so that bitch won't fall, you might try to grab for it, reach it, snatch it. This bitch is melted around my wrist. No. Get what? Out of the couch, I forward, reach it, snatch it. This bitch is melted around my wrist. No, get up off me. Get up off me, you finna feel this. Yeah, I'm working, big white boy. I got to have a weapon. I'm gonna work you to bed. Yeah.
All right, he's just chatting at this point. So, 1090 Jake responds to him supposedly, ducking, and he says this.
Y'all these rappers be bitches. Finesse 2 Times said he don't want to fight because I'm 7 feet tall, bitch, I'm 6'1". Boston Richey team said he don't want to fight because it's real smoke. The only rappers who want to fight is the ones that's fighting fucking poverty. They say, oh, you can fight King Yellow. We'll give you 2 bands and a t-shirt. I told y'all these rappers.
Now, after that, did 1090 come back? No, he didn't. So, essentially, that is the latest, right? King Yellow wants to fight him, but the people he want to fight don't want to fight. It's constantly this like double dutch situation to figure out who's down to fight when, what's the number, what y'all trying to do. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think half the people that 1090 Jake, actually 90% of the people who 1090 Jake talk about would actually meet him in a ring. So, might just be nothing with that, right? Okay. All right. Did I miss something on that topic or am I tripping? No, I covered everything. All right. Just real quick. So Fetty Wap is out. He's doing like interviews. He's kind of moving around. And recently he explained why he's just been a different person post-prison. He explained how once he got locked up, nobody was there for him. And he's back putting out music or trying to put out music. But this is what he said about his time in prison. And this is why, oh shit. Oh, I didn't know that was open. Sorry. But this is what he talked about his time in prison. And this is why he says, he's moving mad different now. Check this out.
Yeah, as soon as they grabbed me, I looked around, said, all right, it's time. It's time, you know what I'm saying? You know what you're doing when you out there in that field, man. Like, if you blind to it, you ain't a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And whatever a real nigga is, because there's so many people call themselves that. But if you know what you're doing out there, and when it's time for you to go sit down, sit down. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Don't start bitching now. Don't start miss my kids so much, because if that's the case, then you would have never was doing what you was doing to get in that predicament. Mm. I don't care how smooth a nigga is. You know what I'm saying? There's a very few. I don't even know if it's a few. There's probably a decimal point of motherfuckers that got away with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And when that time happened, I'm just like, you know what? Like, I got my sister. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I trained him for. Like, not kind of sense, but this what
you said. You got who?
My sister.
Now, I need you to elaborate more on that, because you didn't say you had your niggas. You said you had your sister.
Yeah.
Why did you just say her and you didn't? You had a lack of confidence, because I need some of these cats out here that's operating in the street game that think that shit. Yeah, you my day one. Yeah, I died for you. Just my. You got to elaborate more on that, because you said my sister. You ain't say no niggas.
Yeah,
my homies.
Most like, don't get me wrong. I got love for a lot of my niggas. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I got a lot of love for them. Like, on the outside, they'll do anything for me. When you present, everybody will do anything for you. Mm-hmm. But when you're not around, you on their time now.
Yeah, this is kind of true. I don't know too much about prison, but I've always heard from people who have been through there. Shit, even like 6ix9ine. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't talk to 6ix9ine a lot since he's been locked up. He probably talked to his girl. Women are good for that. Like, women are gonna be the person who they're gonna make sure, oh, yo, could you get this for my mom? Could you do this? Could you do that? Yeah, niggas is, I think it's just the nature of men. Men are trying to probably figure out, all right, well, he not here. I got to get to it myself. A woman, if she's loyal, she's going to be there and try to grind it out a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? My sister moved on my time while she was dealing with a new husband, a new baby, pregnant, running around, handling warrants and shit for me so my points could come down and shit like that. I told her over and over and over again. I'm like, like doing what I'm doing, it's a possibility that they gonna come grab me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, the sis knew.
It was like, nah, they not coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody really understand but you. Like, when you, every time you get in the car, you walk out the house, you, hold up, fuck is that? That car don't belong over here. Like, I ain't know, excuse me, you know your areas. You know where you know everything about your block. You know everything where everybody be at. Anything moving funny where you from, you supposed to be on it. You supposed to be alert. That's what come with the game. If you not prepared for that, you know what I'm saying? You're a lost soul out here. You know what I mean? So when it happened, at first the tears, everybody had the tears, and then it was right into action. And the first person in the action was my sister.
It's deep when you say that, because when I was out there doing my thing, running around in the streets, I already knew when it went down. So when it happened, I wasn't shocked. I knew Gil was going to tell on me. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was going. Well, did it? So I just said, all right, fuck it.
Okay,
so when we got to the district,
I being a little bit facetious and jokey. So essentially, just to let you guys know, Fetty's basically saying, yo, once he got locked up, like everybody dipped. And I think people have to realize just the harsh reality of how quick a rapper could fall from being the guy to not being the guy. Now, he also talks about this important thing. He says once the SoundCloud era started, essentially nobody was down to pay him the money he used to get. There were replacements. I keep telling y'all that the music industry doesn't wait for people. They move on. Once he had his wave and then the SoundCloud era came around, he said basically people would call him up and say, hey, listen, we just got $5,000 for you. Okay? Check this out.
16 about shit in 2015. 2016 by 2017, it was over. Like 2017, that's when the Lil Yachty's and Lil Uzi Verts and all them, that was their time. 21 Savage, Kodak Black, that's all their time. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand that part. So they just look at when it's time to get booked, is, yo, tell Fetty we got 5,000 for him. What the fuck? Like,
yeah, I just did 250.
You know what I'm saying? And like, it was like, I'll go make 250,000 right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I could do this shit right now.
Now, I didn't know that Fetty was that heavy in the drug game. But I'm going to be honest with you. I hate to bring it up. This is what, I kind of want to do an episode on that, like on some Where Are They Now shit. A lot of your favorite rappers who used to be popping have moved to selling narcotics or do some stuff that is against the law. Why? The addiction you get to fast money, like, I get it. Fetty had a song called Trap Queen. I guarantee he was never playing with hundreds of thousands of dollars before he got famous until after he got famous and kind of quote unquote fell off. And now he's trying to do the drug game again. And now, maybe back in the day, 50,000 used to make you feel good. Now you're saying you need to get $250,000. And that becomes a very big differentiator for most rappers once they've kind of cooled off. You were spending money like you were getting $250,000 every 2 days or whatever. So when you're not getting it, you start becoming addicted to the other things that could get you quick money right away, which unfortunately ends up being, some nefarious stuff, which obviously for Fetty was selling drugs. But listen.
Yeah, I just did 250.
You know what I'm saying? And like, it was like, I'll go make 250,000 right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I could do this shit right now. My sister called me one day. Hey, bro, they just came to the house. You gotta pay some taxes and all this other shit. Ah, damn.
How much was the tax bill?
For all the houses at the time?
He was like, damn.
For all the houses? Yeah, man.
Yeah, Fetty was like a one-on-one case, man. Fetty, I've told y'all before, I'm from Hackensack, very close to Patterson, where he's from. they said when Fetty got on, Fetty would just buy everybody cars. So now Fetty literally had like a, you know, he was like a car dealership. Because everybody, I remember like girls, like, man, I don't know if he had multiple girls or whatever, but people were beefing like, yo, he got me this Benz, he got me this Benz. And the whole time I'm thinking, I'm like, what happened when these things need maintenance? They need insurance payments. They might need financing payments. Who's keeping up with this? And looks like they were all relying on him. You know, obviously from that area, there wasn't like many people blowing up. So a lot of people are looking at him like, yo, bro, yo, what's up? Like, you're going to hold this down for us. And that probably contributed to him running through the money really quickly. You know, it just is what it is.
Heavy. Yeah, it was a lot.
That shit was heavy.
It was a lot. So I'm just like, I'm fucked up right now. Like, I don't got it for that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's the day he went from Fetty Wap to Fetty Null.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, really, you know, really interesting, but this is actually a true depiction of how things kind of work. Definitely a true depiction of how things work. You know? He even said, you know, he learned so many lessons. He says now when people are talking to him like, yo, I'm about to come around, he usually tells them, for what? Like, you know, he's not into the hanger-ons no more, which, hey, I'm proud of him. I hope he continues this. But unfortunately, the story is a little bit too much. It's too prolific in the industry where we keep hearing about people going down this path. But shout out to Fetty, though. Shout out to Fetty. Let me see. Let me see if I can find the Oh, here we go.
Like,
is it the same clip?
I'm fully focused, man. Like, I'm just different. I don't even know how to explain that shit to you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I went to jail fucked up, bro. Like, I went to jail with a fucked up mindset. Like, so much shit happened so fast that I didn't even have time to process that shit until I got to jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, 4 months before I got arrested, I just lost my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then a couple months before that, I lost my grandma. Then a couple months before that, I lost my little brother. Like, it was just like, all that shit was just coming fast as hell, like just happening. And during all of this shit, I still gotta figure out how to make sure everybody eat. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure everybody good. Like everybody lean on me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I took that shit, like, I didn't take it as like, damn, man, why the fuck everybody need me? It's like, that shit was kind of my drive. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit was my drive. It was something to make me look forward to wake up like, all right, I gotta go get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, I gotta go get that shit for me. You know what I mean? Like, and people tell me all the time, motherfuckers tell me all the time, like, damn, bro, I thought when you come home, we was going, now, how the fuck did you think that? Mm-hmm. Like, what made you even think some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Even the way I speak to niggas now, they, damn, what the fuck he on, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because before it was always like, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got you. Even if I ain't even have it right there, just come see me in 2 days. I got you. Shit like that. Now it's, you know what I'm saying? Yo, we trying to come around for what?
For
some
what?
Some of the best shit he ever said in a lifetime was he said, I came home from prison. And, you know, a lot of niggas that I used to kick it with, I don't kick it with them niggas no more because the connection we had was based upon some criminal activity. That was the only connection we had out here in the streets, is that you was doing illegal shit, I was doing illegal shit, and we was trying to make illegal money. Now, I'm not on that side of the fence no more, so me and you really don't got nothing to fucking, we don't have no connection.
That's a fact.
We don't have nothing to talk.
Yeah, very interesting. Fetty, listen, man, I hope the music pops up or pops off with you. Fetty is, I always felt like when it came to Fetty, his music, he got burnt out real quickly in the eyes of fans because he dropped all his hits at once. Like, if he could have structured how those hits came out, he would have had a run definitely to like the 2020s, right? But it wasn't that, and primarily it wasn't that because all of his hits came within probably 24 months. In 24 months, we got all of Fetty's hits. And then after that, it just wasn't the same. You could tell when the industry touches something that's special and they're trying to put forth these packages that people like, and people just wasn't rocking it with it. I'm not going to lie. People just wasn't rocking with it. But absolutely, I definitely believe that Fetty, he had something special, man. For real, for real. Okay. You know what I wanted you guys to look at? Where is that? Is it there? Wait. Here we go. Okay. I don't know why he changed his name. I was gonna. Am I tripping? I was gonna react to something. Give me 1 second. I was gonna react to something. What was I gonna react to? Oh. So Krishan Rock did an interview, y'all, and I kind of feel bad because I've met with Krishan Rock, and I do think she's someone who's on a healing journey. However, it's a little bit torn because sometimes people could do a lot of bullshit in the world, and all of a sudden when they say they're saved, you're supposed to just forgive them or forget. But she spoke about her child and people's comments about her child recently. And a lot of people were really keen on mentioning a few things yo, listen, your kid is not developing correctly. Your kid has a disability. And she decided to speak about, her child and her child's development. And she says some bizarre things, which I think most people are like, what are you talking about, girl? Okay. Check this out first. So this is her talking about, is Blueface the father?
I do try to keep a window open for him being a dad, but it's okay, well, we will come over so you could be a dad, but I really want to be so trusting that I could just drop him off. This is your kid. But it's you over here making rap songs calling him a dumb baby, and then you talking about his hair. So now you cyberbullying our kid. He can't even defend himself. So this is why. Okay, so I'm gonna read exactly why he disowned our kid. He said, "You don't want to be with me, Krishan. You have no enthusiasm or anything to see me. I'm done playing around. Just keep doing what you're doing." This was February 16th. So I said, "I have enthusiasm. You just letting the demon make you believe the worst about me." He said, "You don't F with me, gang. I ain't gonna force it." I said, "Your pride is the problem. You need to align yourself with your actions, not tell me or you want me while drunk out your mind in other people's faces. You saying all these things. I do things to show you I F with you while you do nothing but complain and makes shit difficult for no reason. I'm straight. If you ain't mutual, I was in prison. You chose to go stream instead of waiting at home for me." I don't know what this has to do with anything. He just doesn't make sense to me. I said, "I'm not competing with your single lifestyle. If you want me back, that requires a different version of you. I'm not asking for perfection, but I need consistency, sobriety, and intentional behavior. Detox."
Yeah, I feel so bad for Krishan. And I feel bad for her, even though I give her a lot of blame. I think it's unforgivable the way she acted when she was pregnant. I think, even Blueface, I think he stands to be blamed a lot. They treated the baby like content. They thought they could do all the same stuff they were doing just to get a bag because they were being filmed on Zeus and all these other things. And they really helped fuck up this baby's life. And I think she should be blamed. But remember when I sat with her, and if you wonder, some people damn, how'd you switch up your demeanor and thoughts about her? the guilt is written all over her face. Like, she hasn't said it yet, but she knows she fucked up. Like, she literally knows that she fucked up. And watching her, I was just seeing a lot of hurt. Even hearing her read, you could hear like she almost want to cry, my nigga. And that's where I think I have the pity for her, but I do think she still deserves blame, right? Because the kid is here, right? The kid is here. The kid can't go back. But you could hear it in her voice. She feels hurt.
From the single mindset first. When your actions match what you are saying, then we could talk about us. First, I don't have to convince a grown man to convince himself till he loves me. Love isn't confusion, nightlife, plus alcohol, plus chaos. If you still want the streets, the drinks, the attention, and the single energy, that's your choice. But access to me is serious. He said, you be hanging up on me all type of kid shit, bro. Like, I'm over all that. If you don't want to be around me, make me feel good, I'm straight. Don't gotta come around me. I said, you are literally my whole heart. I give everything up to have you as our family day to day. He said, you literally mean to me. Expect me to want to fix them or change. You don't.
Now, I hope you guys are kind of like peeping game on even this conversation. This conversation is a toxic cycle. And trust me, I've been in one. Except, thankfully, there was no kids that was in the midst of the toxic finding out. Because you're realizing that she's saying to Blueface, I don't want you around me because of blah, blah. He's saying that or whatever. And they're still talking about a relationship. What they're not talking about is a child. And that's the problem. They're talking about everything but the child. Right? Just listen to the conversation.
February 16th. So I said, I have enthusiasm. You just letting the demon make you believe the worst about me. He said, you don't F with me, gang. I ain't gonna force it. I said, your pride is the problem. You need to align yourself with your actions, not tell me, or you want me while drunk out your mind and other people's faces. Like, you saying all these things. I do things to show you.
You see, it's a typical baby mama drama. She's kind of like, oh, I'm not cool with your actions, and me not being cool with your actions, I don't want you around. Are you trying to be with the nigga, or are you trying to have this nigga just take care of his kid and co-parent? Or is it one of those baby mama, baby daddy thing where it's like, to take care of your kid and co-parent, you got to be with me? That becomes the thing. So, I don't know. This is a really interesting situation, if you ask me.
I F with you while you do nothing but complain and makes shit difficult for no reason. I'm straight. If you ain't mutual, I was in prison. You chose to go stream instead of waiting at home for me. I don't know what this has to do with like anything. Like, he just doesn't make sense to me. I said, I'm not competing with your single lifestyle. If you want me back, that requires a different version of you. I'm not asking for perfection, but I need consistency, sobriety, and intentional behavior. Detox from the single mindset first. When your actions match what you are saying, then we could talk about us. First, I don't have to convince a grown man to convince himself till he loves me. Love isn't confusion, nightlife, plus alcohol, plus chaos. If you still want the streets, the drinks, the attention, and the single energy, that's your choice. But access to me is serious. He said, you be hanging up on me all type of kid shit, bro. Like, I'm over all that. If you don't want to be around me, make me feel good, I'm straight. Don't gotta come around me. I said, you are literally my whole heart. I give everything up to have you as our family day to day. He said, you literally mean to me. Expect me to want to fix them or change. You don't know my love language. So then I start babying him. But then he said, all right, I'm gonna just move on with a new family. Don't try to come stop me either. Had a chance to get you.
You see, that's what I'm saying, bro. They don't give a fuck about that, baby, bro. Oh, I'm about to start a new family. Dog, think about the one you broke already. How about that? Think about the family that you both have done messed up. And it doesn't start with y'all. It starts with the baby.
Your family back.
Oh, man.
Yo, let me tell you this. Any baby mama who, as part of them saying you should, if you're trying to get with them, or if you're trying to see a kid, or you're trying to co-parent, they need to approve of your lifestyle, or you have to get in a place where they feel like they could possibly get back with you. That's just manipulation. They're using this kid as, okay, all right, even if he goes fuck 3,000 other girls, he's going to come back to me because I'm his baby mama. And Blue is doing the same thing. So I'm not saying either of them are better than the other. He's looking at it like, well, even if you go do that, you got a kid with me. That's toxic. And unfortunately, the kid is like going through it because of it. Now, I put this on my Instagram. Listen to this. And just keep her in your prayers. Honestly, listen to this.
He doesn't seem active in a child's life because of his disability. My son does not have a disability. He is developing at his own pace and hitting his milestones in his own timing. Every child is different, and I'm confident in his growth. If I said it, he had a disability, then he...
Right,
but it's like,
don't tell me.
I ain't saying, not even just that. It's like saying if someone, a doctor, anybody speak against your kid or yourself, then you should not accept it, bro. Yeah, anybody. Yeah. If they're guessing or whatever, no, the word said what the word said.
Rejecting science. First of all, God created science. Rejecting the word of science and medicine, right? And when it clearly and literally verbatim says, hey, listen, you're supposedly the child was showing signs of being impaired early and she ignored it. I hope that's not the reason why she turned to the Lord. After getting told by man who are practicing medicine and science that, hey, your baby, there's going to be a developmental problem. I hope you don't go to God to think that, okay, all right, God, forget what they're saying. You just give me a different result. I think that's sad because if that's the way you're going to take things, you're probably going to forego some of the necessary treatments or rehab or whatever the kid's going to need some shit. The kid is absolutely going to need some shit. And that's why I'm a little bit like kind of confused about this whole thing because she's still in denial that the kid needs some help.
God say what God says. I don't have to accept what you. So it's really like me like protecting a revelation that I heard from the Lord over my son. Yeah. Like I can't wait when my son start walking and talking. I'm gonna just be like, exactly.
Like I told y'all.
I told y'all. He told y'all. Yeah. Shoot, I was just relaying the message. It's like one of those. Blueface doesn't seem active in a child's life because of his disability. My son does not have a disability.
Okay. All right. Now, the mom chimed in. And she, she's always going to give the full story. She says this. John, which is her son, she says John didn't even know she was keeping a baby all the way to the 5th month. It's all the way to the 5th month she said she was aborted. Now, this is why for the people who were jumping on me last time saying, no, the baby ain't his. Why does the mom and why does everybody keep saying like it's his baby? If the baby ain't yours, just end the conversation saying, I'm not the father. But there's still like, this is why I know like it is Blueface kid. Come on, stop it. Is that she was acting like she was going to abort the kid all the way to the 5th month. Please stop acting dumb. When them doctors told her about the disability, she was 5 months. When they give you an amniocentesis during your pregnancy that late, they definitely feel you in with any disabilities and details. No one is to be blamed but the mother who choose to ignore me during that pregnancy and her slow ass fans who convinced her I was hated. All that could be done is the best for him, and that's what y'all should be promoting. Now, one thing about that mom I've noticed, she's super on some I told you so stuff, which when the mom is that petty, what could you do with it? But Blueface is denying that this is his kid, right? We're kind of like figuring out like, bro, this is your damn kid, right? Oh, this is another text right here. Stop blaming me and sending me this bullshit. I've tried and she lied. Said he was in therapy. Now leave me alone. Said, please let's work together to get the baby taken care of. I promise I won't say a word. If we love our sons, we can set our prize to the side. She says to the mom, the baby has childcare. Shut the fuck up. She says, I'm talking about physical therapy. The best is there and it could be better. She says, bitch, he has that. Leave me the fuck alone. He says, I'm tired of fighting. I'm here when you're ready. He says, bitch, you weak. Leave me alone. So now she says, "There's no." Oh, well, this is still the mom. There's nothing wrong with a disability. Your love for him should overshadow the title, and efforts and faith should be evident to help another mother accept the process of faith. Stop listening to these crazy ass people. When Jonathan was told he could play sports, he couldn't play sports no more because of an injury. We continue to play in faith, but we didn't miss one appointment of physical therapy 3 times a week. Faith without works is dead. Okay, and I am agreeing with the mom, except your son is saying that that's not his kid. So you need to check his son first before you start talking to baby moms, right? And I do think that Krishan is tripping if Krishan is neglecting actual care for the kid just based on she's hearing things she doesn't like, and she's hoping that the Lord, like basically Jesus, take the wheel and deliver her a healthy kid, even though it's clear, like, this kid is like 3 years old. This kid don't talk. Like, respectfully, the kid don't talk. You know what I mean? Like, what do we, like, the kid, I don't even know when kid's supposed to talk. The kid don't talk. The kid don't walk. The kid look like he can't even sit up. Respectfully. That's a problem. That's a huge problem if you ask me. So, I don't know. I don't know. All right, that was the end of that. Now, real quick, I want to jump over to another topic that I was kind of interested in. So David, there's an update on David. All right, and I want you guys to check this out. Let me look it up. Law and crimes. There's an update on David. And what's the new thing on David is that there is a friend of his, okay? There's a friend of his that has finally spoke up on social media, but it seems like they're alluding to David, but they're not saying it's David. But regardless, it's really ominous because people are saying, are you talking about the guy who we all think did this murder? This person hasn't confirmed it yet. We all know there's a grand jury investigation. They're looking to see if this guy had anything to do with the murder of Celeste Rivas. And currently, as it stands, it appears that he's probably going to be charged, but some people are upset that they don't feel like this was a lone situation and they feel like there's much more people that should be involved. Let me let you hear this real quick. Do I have this sped up? I gotta have it speed up a little bit. All right, man. All right.
Friend of David, someone who was arrested, someone who allegedly testified in front of a grand jury hearing evidence in the case involving the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. The man known as Neo Langston just took to Instagram, and he had a lot to say. It was quite revealing, and he seemingly threw David under the bus. We're gonna break down what he posted and what this means. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. I gotta say I wasn't expecting this, okay? This is an interesting update in the David Celeste Rivas Hernandez case that we want to talk about, and it concerns Neo Langston. Now, if you've been following us here on Sidebar, you know this is apparently a friend of the romantic homicide singer who was arrested out in Montana back in January on a Los Angeles warrant for reportedly failing to appear as a witness, that he was reportedly arrested at his mom's house and then taken to Los Angeles' Metropolitan Detention Center. He bonded out on a $60,000 bail. He then reportedly testified in front of a grand jury hearing evidence in connection with this case back in February that he allegedly spent about 30 to 45 minutes in...
Now, it's clear to me based on all the silence around this stuff, either his team knew about this or they help him cover it up. We don't know which one it is. We could be liberal and try to assume either way, but no one believes that this guy who had assistants, he had all type of people helping him, with everything in his life, that there was somebody decomposing in his Tesla in the frunk, and no one knew it. And supposedly it's decapitated. No one knew about it, especially on his team. Now, I think a lot of people thought that there was going to be some, liability there. We don't know about that yet. But finally, we are getting some of his people who are either cracking or they're trying to make sure they don't get charged because charges seem imminent.
Inside that grand jury room, relatively short amount of time to testify if you think about it. So you do wonder, did he plead the fifth, right? Did he invoke his right against self-incrimination not to say anything that can be used against him in a criminal case? And also raised a lot of questions about why he was apparently called to testify by the government and wasn't the target of this grand jury probe, right? In other words, why weren't prosecutors maybe pursuing a case against him as a co-defendant here? This raised a lot of questions. Now, I'm going to get into that a little bit later. But again, at the time of this recording, neither David nor anyone else has officially been arrested or charged in connection with the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose dismembered and decomposed body was found in the trunk of a car allegedly registered to David back in September in LA. And yes, there has been a lot of speculation, but no confirmation that Celeste and David were in some kind of relationship. Authorities haven't officially come out and said that. But she had been missing for quite some time before her body was found. Now, here's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to read you what Neo Langston just posted on his Instagram account. And I will tell you, it's quite telling, okay? And I'm curious why he posted it, why of all times right now. I'm going to try to put it into context a bit more. But this is important. This is a big development. So Neo took to Instagram with a series of posts. There was one that said, I understand due to my silence and the silence in general, it leaves a void of information that everyone wants to fill. But at the end of the day, this case isn't about me. It isn't about you. It's about getting justice for the victim and her family. And I care a lot more about that than trying to fill that void because of public opinion.
Now, remember, this is the first time anybody that's even remotely associated with him is putting out a statement.
Obviously wasn't doing my part at first, but now I am. I've stayed loyal to my mindset and I will continue to. I'm not publicly going to
staying loyal to his mindset. That's interesting.
Give any opinion or emotion about this case because I find it disrespectful and not my place to weigh in on it, especially as it's still ongoing. I'm not going to spam post to justify and perform my feelings and thoughts for the internet, trying to satisfy people who have already made up their minds about me. In time, the record will speak for itself and I'm moving on with my life. There's another post where he apparently said, I think the worst part is that I've told so many people that I trust that I thought knew me as a person, my side of things, all for that to be thrown out the window as soon as I get arrested and they slap that bleep's name next to mine. I'm assuming he's referring to.
Now, that's where people think he's talking about David. He's like, they slapped that piece, you know, he's talking, whose name? There's only one famous person in this. It's David, right?
David here. And for the record, the thing I was arrested for, I wasn't even charged. They never filed it, and my warrant was retracted because there is more to the story than what's on the news. Then there's this post. Thankfully, I'm legally fine in every way, and boy, do I got...
Interesting. So this person is saying they're legally fine. How are you legally fine? If you're legally fine, are you snitching? Are you telling on David? Did you help the police make a case on David? Were you not involved at all? Well, why didn't you say stuff before? And he says, boy, do I got all my receipts for things. It feels like there's knowledge, if not anything. Now, again, just a reminder for people who might not be familiar with this story. This is a story of someone who, at least David, he's a singer, obsessed with death, homicide, stuff like that. He has a song basically called Romantic Homicide. His underage girlfriend, who supposedly he wasn't even supposed to be dating, she goes missing. She gets found weeks later, cut up, decapitated in a trunk. The manager that was renting the Airbnb he was staying at goes silent. His parents go silent because he had went to go stay with his parents for a while. Nobody wants to say nothing. And it almost felt like it was an orchestrated campaign for nobody to give any details. Usually when it comes to, like, you know, most crimes, if you pick up 4 people, all you got to do is say, hey, you know, the other nigga already told us the truth, but he didn't tell us the full truth. If you give us the truth, we'll let you go. Apparently the cops weren't getting nowhere with that. There was some other evidence, and some people believe that the cops took so long in processing some of the stuff that, you know, when they were doing their normal investigation, by that time, you know, some cameras record only for 30 days and they get written over. They felt there was a lot of evidence lost. So now one of the guys who they, you know, grand jury subpoenaed because they had a grand jury investigation happening, this guy is saying he's legally fine, which means maybe he has some immunity. Maybe the DA or whoever has told him, we're not looking at you. We just want this other guy. But he says, I'm legally fine every way.
All my receipts for things. Ha, 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 ha. This raises a lot of questions about why he posted this. Obviously, he can't and will not say anything to jeopardize his legal rights, right? Probably instructed by the government to not say anything either if he had spoken in front of the grand jury. Probably his attorney said, don't say anything. I don't even know if his attorney was consulted with this post, but it seems like he's trying to correct whatever misconception or misunderstanding the public has on him or his alleged role in this, because there is a lot of talk about him. And it is interesting, he never really gets into specifics, right? He doesn't mention the crime or the alleged crime, doesn't mention Celeste by name, doesn't mention David by name. We can assume who he's talking about based on the post. He doesn't mention what these receipts are, or what this is in reference to. Is it photos? Is it messages? His account, his testimony? And I don't know if these other people that he's referring to, who he's putting blame, are other witnesses who named him or people in his inner circle who have turned on him. Not entirely sure. But he believes that in due time, based on this post, that his side of the story is going to make the light of day. Interesting. I gotta say this real quick. We cover a lot of concerning things here on Sidebar, so that's why I just want to give a quick sidebar. Private investigator Steve Fisher continue to assist the prosecution as needed, so this makes me think that maybe he didn't plead the fifth. As the investigation continues, it will become clear that Mr. Langston played no part in this heinous crime.
Okay, so his lawyer did provide a statement. Here we go.
Is that since returning at this time as the investigation is ongoing, what I can share is that since returning to Los Angeles, Mr. Langston has fully cooperated with law enforcement and will continue to assist the prosecution as needed. So this makes me think that maybe he didn't plead the fifth. As the investigation continues, it will become clear that Mr. Langston played no part in this heinous crime and that he was and continues to be wrongfully persecuted in the court of public opinion, resulting in unwarranted and belligerent harassment directed towards my client and his family. So this suggests that there might be a lot that we're not seeing about maybe messages or threats that he and his family are receiving. We sincerely hope that justice is ultimately served for the victim and her family, seemingly Celeste. Do you know who reacted to this? I think you probably have an idea if you've been following us here on Sidebar. Private investigator Steve Fisher, who has been very...
Okay, and this is just like a guy who's been covering this whole thing. He's doing a really good job, but he's been infuriated with the police officers that, or the police department and the DA's office, that they haven't filed charges. Because they're like, what more do you need? You could file anything to hold him. You could say that, trafficking. Remember, this was an underage kid that was getting flown from here to here, brought across state lines. They're like, yo, you could file charges on maybe inappropriate relationship, even if you don't have the murder charge yet. And the guy, David, is still free.
Vocal about this case, both here on Sidebar, on my News Nation show, Jesse Weber Live, on social media, because as somebody who has been investigating this case from the beginning, remember, he represents the owner of the property where David had apparently been staying in Los Angeles, near where that Tesla was ultimately found. He is very disappointed there have not been arrests yet. And he believes, and he has, again, been very vocal about this, that he believes others are involved in some way. So he wrote this in response to Neo's post. Quote, so here's the thing, Neo. If you have to tell my side of things, that means you were involved in the things. You just want everyone to believe you did less of the things. People who weren't involved don't have a my side of things. And how tone deaf are you exactly? Your Weep For Me post has 11 references to you and not a single mention of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, who is dead. She's dead because of the things you're trying to explain away. Nobody cares about your feelings, Neo. This is about Celeste and justice in her name. Hashtag Neo the Asian. Hashtag David. Okay, now as I mentioned, Steve has been quite vocal about Neo. This, by the way, is just to give you an example, is from a previous episode of Sidebar when I talked to Steve, and this is when he referenced Neo's arrest. This is what you said in part, the arrest of Neil Langston for failure to appear to give testimony, which are the exact words used by the sheriff's department.
Okay, so we got an update. There's basically... I don't know if there was a concerted effort for everybody who was close to David to be quiet, not really say much. We're assuming maybe, some way, somehow they're not saying much to the cops because we don't see charges. But finally, one person has spoken up, and that's what we heard. And again, they mentioned something along the lines that we could assume is David, where he says he doesn't want his name to be associated with that piece of shit. Which, if that's the case, it looked like maybe people are starting to cooperate against David. Now, if it's as cut and dry as David murdered him, I wonder if the people around his orbit that frequented his house or helped him out, whatever, if they were then told to do things to either, oh, hey, go get me some bleach. Oh, hey, go get me some trash bags. Now, they did say it was cadaver bags, but I don't know what's the difference with those. Let me look up that. What are cadaver bags? Oh, cadaver bags are non-porous, heavy-duty bags. Oh, shit. Okay, we can see a picture. Okay, so a cadaver bag is this. So they claim that she was put in a cadaver bag.
Department when somebody that the grand jury can
I understand the homicide is what we're looking for, but Celeste was where they indeed let it go because
to appear before a grand jury, killing of a human being or fetus, and Tesla as against anyone who names him. Sue me. I beg you. Please sue me. Give me subpoena power. Give me the power.
All right. Interesting. Very interesting, chat. We're going to keep going on here. I do want to give y'all a little update on what's going on in the world of AI. This has actually put a interesting twist on me doing an AI album. The Supreme Court, like a week or two ago, made an important ruling with AI. So, do we talk about this, by the way, chat? If we didn't talk about it, let me know. I feel like we did. I'm having deja vu, right? The whole Supreme Court is not going to grant copyright authorship to AI. We did, right? I think we did. Did we? They said David used that Makita drill. Holy. We did, right? Okay, cool. All right, never mind. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I got everything with it. Okay, we're good. All right, so again, March 2026, they're just not stamping any AI authorship, which is going to be interesting. So Afroman has like a lawsuit, and I want to get into it a little bit because I heard it's some interesting shit. He got sued for defamation. Let me see. What's the deal? What is the deal with this Afroman lawsuit? I think he was sued by cops because the cops are claiming he defamed them. And he's saying, I didn't defame y'all. I basically used my artistic expression to liken y'all to whatever. But that's not defamation, which, again, I'm going to be honest with you. All defamation cases having to do with music, they're always going to reference that Drake-Kendrick Lamar thing because that was dismissed. Right? Like, there's something on the books that says if you say some stuff in music, it could be passable and not up for defamation. Hey, let me see.
His vest that he...
Oh, he used them for his music video. Afroman music video. Okay, so it looks like he probably used some body cam stuff. Oh, so 2 years ago, he puts out this video. Will you help repair my door? Okay, I'm going to mute it, but it looks like this is police coming into his house or raiding his stuff. Okay, it looked like they were executing a search warrant. They were doing a lot. It looked like he probably beat the case. Huh, interesting. I know Afroman only from the Because I Got High thing. He also put up... Oh, he used some even more footage for another song. Oh, wow. So that's why they're suing him. Okay, that makes sense. Let me see if I can get a breakdown on what the fuck is going on. He's really in court. He wore all those basically wore a United States suit. Here we go.
Rapper Afroman turned a police raid on his Ohio home into a viral music video, and now a jury is deciding whether that was protected speech or defamation, which is either the most American legal case of all time or a preview of how quickly going viral can turn into getting sued. You see, back in 2022, sheriff's deputies kicked in his door on a drug warrant, presumably expecting to find something dramatic, and instead found absolutely nothing. No drugs, no charges, just a very awkward exit, and unfortunately for them, a house full of cameras capturing the entire thing. Now, most people would be annoyed, maybe file a complaint, maybe tell a story at a bar. But Afroman did what any modern content creator would do, which is say, perfect, we're monetizing this, and turn the footage into a music video called Lemon Pound Cake, which then spread all over the internet because, shockingly, people enjoy watching authority figures look slightly ridiculous. So now 7 deputies are suing him, claiming defamation and invasion of privacy, arguing that the video turned them into viral punchlines and exposed them to threats.
I'm with Afroman on that. You know, when officers pull up on you, they have body cams. Those body cams are the subject or could be the subject of a Freedom of Information Act request. A lot of times that could serve to embarrass someone. It could serve to expose someone. It could serve to defame someone. So why would people who are public servants, which are police officers, feel they're protected that if they go run up into someone's house, whether warranted or not, and that person wants to use the video while they're working as a public servant, want to use the video of them doing so in their music video, why would that be defamation? So I'm actually on Afroman's side with this.
Which is where this stops being funny and starts being legally very interesting. Welcome to Why It's Trending Daily. I'm Hank. This is where I break down the stories everyone's suddenly Googling, and I explain why they matter. Because what this actually comes down to is whether you can take a real interaction with police, publish it, profit from it, and still be protected, or whether there's some invisible line where commentary becomes liability. Afroman, backed by the ACLU, is basically saying this is the First Amendment doing its job, while the deputies are saying, yeah, but not like that. The judge already tossed some of their claims, essentially reminding everyone that public officials don't get a reputation force field, but the defamation and privacy claims are still alive, which means the jury gets to decide how uncomfortable you're allowed to make people in power. If Afroman wins, expect a wave of content as accountability, where every door knock becomes potential footage. If the deputies win, congratulations. Lawsuits just became the new way to kill viral criticism before it's...
Yeah, freedom of speech is definitely one of the main things. This is probably going to be a Supreme Court case, ironically. Definitely is going to be a Supreme Court case. Probably 100% is going to be a Supreme Court case because it's about freedom of speech, the interpretation of the First Amendment, and what the duty or protections of law enforcement are. Like, again, if we think about ICE, one of the main issues people have with ICE is they're like, yo, take the fucking mask off. We don't know who's who. Like, y'all are law enforcement officers. There's no health reason for y'all to have a mask on. Y'all moving around like we can't even figure out who you are. Right? Apparently he took the stand. Did he?
You remember in your deposition when I asked you, why did you bring the news when you picked up the money?
Yeah, I didn't want to get beat up or Epstein at the sheriff's station after I seen him running around my house with AR-15s. So that's why I brought the news and my attorney. So to make sure I got out of that place with my money.
You brought the news to protect you physically.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't bring the news because you already knew there was a miscount and you were going to make
I didn't know nothing about the miscount. I didn't know. I figured they stole my money. They turned my cameras off. So if you turn my cameras off, you must got something bad in mind. So yeah, I'm accusing them of it. They turned my cameras off. I can't see what they're doing.
So your testimony under oath here today to these 10 jurors is that you brought the news when you picked up your money to protect.
So it looked like they were trying to find drugs. They didn't find drugs, but they seized cash because they seized it under suspicion that it could be the illicit proceeds from selling drugs. And I guess when they couldn't find any drug-related stuff, they got to give the money back. And when going to get the money, obviously, they're going to do a little inventory on how much they took. We don't know if they're going to count it accurately or count it out in front of you. But apparently when he goes to get them, he brings the news and he brings other people.
You physically from being beat up or shot by the sheriffs, right?
Yes.
All right.
And they volunteered the information that that the money wasn't right. That's just an extra something we found out. But I came with my attorney and the news to make sure the people running around my house with guns didn't take me into jail.
Oh, so they miscounted the money. Oh, no, they were trying to rob him. Hold on. The Afroman police raid lawsuit explained. Yeah, we just need something quick.
Let me tell y'all about the craziest case that's going to court this week. So imagine police raiding your house on suspicion of drug trafficking and kidnapping. And while doing so, they damage your gate, break your door, seize over $5,000 in cash, and now they're suing you because you used surveillance video of the raid to make some music videos and sell some merch. Well, this is Afroman. He used to sing that song, because I got him. Well, he is currently being sued by 7 police officers because back in August of 2022, they raided his house on suspicion of drug trafficking and kidnapping. Now, Afroman wasn't at home when the raid happened, but his wife was, and she, plus his home security system, captured the
Who do you think is behind the couch?
entire raid. And when it was all said and done, the officers found no evidence of drug trafficking or kidnapping. Now, after the raid, Afroman, being the musician he is, decided to use video of the raid to make some music. That music resulted in 3 different music videos, tons of social media
Why
posts,
you disconnecting my camera?
some merch. And because the videos featured the faces of these officers, they sued him, claiming he used their likeness without permission, invaded their privacy, and defamed them. Now, the 3 music videos...
Now, I don't think officers should have privacy while they're on the clock. They're public servants.
Those Afroman made were Why You Disconnecting My Video Camera, which was released about 2 months after the raid, and it features the officers allegedly trying to disconnect his video cameras. Then there's Will You Help Repair My Door, which was released 2 months later. And in this song, Afroman sings, Will you help me repair my gate? Will you help me repair my door? Did you find what you were looking for? Will you help me repair my gate and my door? And then there's Lemon Pound Cake, which currently has 3 million views on YouTube, and it was also released in December of 2022. And in this song, Afroman is singing about one of the officers wanting to eat a lemon pound cake that was in his kitchen that Afroman's mom made for him. Now fast forward to March of 2023. That's when the officers filed a civil lawsuit against Afroman, highlighting that in addition to the music videos, Afroman also posted dozens of clips and pictures on his Facebook, his YouTube, his Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok. And some of the posts, which are still up, include pictures of fans wearing shirts of one of the officers standing next to Peter Griffin from Family Guy. There's also video posts of fans singing the lyrics to Lemon Pound Cake while wearing the shirts. And the officers also highlight an interview that Afroman did with Vlad TV, where he talked about the officer wanting to eat his mom's pound cake.
At the same time, everybody understood what I was talking about when I said Lemon Pound Cake. That's the cop on the viral video on TikTok that
Knew it was misleading and humiliating and still chose to spread the images to millions of people online, which has caused them ridicule, embarrassment, mental distress, and danger.
Well, so I think this is kind of going more in to establish what's the rights or privacy of a police officer while they're working, right? People put out body cam videos all the time, and by the way, the places and websites that put out body cam footages of incidents that they're not even party to, that usually showcase the cop's face and showcase a victim or a perpetrator, those things are actually usually monetized. So if regular body cam stuff is monetized, why are they so against this guy using his own private videoing system to showcase what the fuck happened with this raid, which might show a couple cops? So the couple cops that get showed here, that's bad, but if a cop gets showed in the body cam, it's cool. So this might be a step towards getting all body cams footages. It's almost attacking the FOIA request. Hey, you can't make money off of this. Hey, you might be a non-party to this. If you ask for these type of files, you can't do nothing with them.
Danger. The next claim is another privacy claim, and it's called unreasonable publicity given to private lives. And this one has to do with some of the posts that Afroman made alluding to the sexual orientation of one of the officers. Specifically, the post referenced the female officer and said her voice was 3 octaves lower than Afroman's. And then the post asked if anyone had verified the woman had a woman's part. And then in another post, Afroman allegedly referenced family members of some of the officers and said that some of them had criminal records. And so again, the officers are arguing that none of this information concerned the public, and yet Afroman made it public. And any reasonable...
So that's the loophole, y'all. So remember, there's a federal law, the FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, that once you start saying, oh, putting these things out is invasion of privacy, especially if you're a police officer, you're kind of challenging the whole system, right? Now, it looks like they've kind of altered it, at least for count 4. They're saying, well, we're not going at all body cam or recorded footage of officers being in the field. The issue here is when we have to give those videos up, we edit it, which means we know what private information, no phone numbers, we'll take away faces. We're going to try to keep this as protected as possible. And for count 4, they're saying, you know what? Is it count 4? Oh, yeah. Count 4, they're saying the criminality isn't of legit concern. So anything that's not concern of the public would be like blurred out.
A person would be offended by someone
Or
making this
out.
information public. And then the next claim is for defamation. And this one focuses on statements Afroman made in either posts or videos or other places. Specifically, he said the officer stole money from him because apparently of the $5,000 that was seized from his house, $400 of it was never returned. He also said that the officers wanted to kill him and that one of the officers used to do hard drugs and steal money from traffic stops and raids. And then the final claim is actually a request that the judge stop Afroman from posting them because, again, they are saying that all of this has damaged their reputation and embarrassed them. Now, after the lawsuit was filed, Afroman did try to countersue them, but because they were operating in their official capacity as law enforcement officers, they are basically protected from being able to be sued. So Afroman's lawsuit was dismissed. Okay, and then the last thing to know about this crazy case is that...
Wow, yes. So there is I forgot what the name of the clause is, that officers, unless you could prove that they didn't operate in their official capacity, they're protected by, what is it called when officers are protected versus civil lawsuits while working? It's called... qualified immunity. Yeah. So essentially, if a cop is doing his job and he's not, going outside the rules and parameters that's set by, the state and also the code of how they deal with situations, say they end up killing somebody, you can't sue the cops themselves for wrongful death if they did their job up to par. So qualified immunity is something that allows police officers to do their job, but not think that they're going to get sued every 20 seconds. Now, it's interesting in this case, they're saying qualified immunity does apply to the people or to the police for them to be sued, but it doesn't apply to, not customer. It doesn't apply to Afroman, even though he's getting sued by the same people that have qualified immunity.
That the officers recently filed a motion asking the judge to exclude Afroman's music videos and the videos from the raid because they're saying those are irrelevant and could confuse the jury, which is so confusing because didn't this whole thing start from the raid and the music videos? Well, it seems like the officers are trying to focus their lawsuit on the social media posts versus everything else. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know about that one, but either way, the judge is going to have to decide if the music...
Yeah, this is going to be a huge case. I'm on Afroman's side with this. As police officers, you guys are public servants, and I get it. Maybe you don't want somebody to take videos or pictures of you and promote it across social media in their music videos and otherwise. But respectfully, you guys are cops. Like, what do you think you're doing, a secret job? If I meet up with a cop or a cop pulls me over and he has a body cam on, the body cam, or he's wearing a body cam but it's not on, that's weird. It's weird. That doesn't say I'm doing something wrong. It says that I have an expectations of how police officers are going to carry themselves. If they're not, that's weird.
Music videos and the surveillance videos can come into the trial, so we will see how that goes. The trial starts this upcoming week, and it'll be interesting to see if the jury sides with Afroman that this is all protected.
Yeah, I watch all. You ever watch like body cam audit? I love watching these audits, right? Look at this one.
He's outside.
Look.
Send a woman out by herself, feet from the man, to confront him. I would, I'd stay inside, first of all. So a gal came outside and was talking to me. She didn't seem scared at all. And if she was scared, she had a funny way of showing it.
Was she an employee?
Yeah, I believe she was, yes.
Okay, well, so who called us was not an employee.
I have no control over that. So somebody called you and they said, there's a man outside taking photographs
of the bank.
Okay.
Why does she have cell phones in her pocket?
What was that?
You're not under the impression.
Oh, the body cam is right here.
Crime, are you? No, I'm saying it's suspicious behavior that you're standing out front of the bank.
Okay, so I guess so these auditors will go somewhere, and they want to test the literacy or the knowledge of these police officers on what the rules are for that town, that municipality, or even that state. Usually, most places you have your First Amendment protects you to film in public. So if you go somewhere and you're filming and you're doing whatever, as long as it's public properties and open, usually, as long as you're not impeding traffic or in the middle of the road, they're not going to stop you, right? However, people might still call the cops and be like, hey, there's this weird guy. He's standing around. He's filming stuff. Now the cops got to respond. Now, if you are just straight up with the police officer and you're telling them, hey, I'm just filming stuff, I'm practicing my First Amendment right, they're not gonna, or they legally can't just push you off the premises. And it looks like that's what he's doing. Look.
There's 10,000 reasons why somebody might be standing outside of a bank recording. Okay. And I'll be frank with you, to address.
Do you have any ID on you, sir?
Sure, but
okay.
I'm not a big fan of that, though.
Do you mind handing it to me?
I do, actually, because I'm not a big fan of forfeiting my Fourth Amendment rights to placate the personal curiosity of yourself or somebody inside of a bank.
It's not of myself. No. I didn't just pass along and see you standing here recording and choose to stop you. You were the subject of a radio call. There's a difference there.
It's not a crime.
I'm just telling you.
All right, I'm telling you, it's not a crime.
But I can still identify who you are.
You can ask.
Deputy T. Dominguez of the Kitsap County Sheriff's Office responds to the 911 call. When she arrives, she requests Mr. Norton's identification, and he refuses to provide it, arguing that she...
Yeah, so, it differs by state. I'll give you a little bit of knowledge. Usually, most places, police could only ID you if they have reasonable suspicion. So, in their investigation of a crime, right, if they have reasonable suspicion that it's not only a crime committed, but that you are connected to a crime committed, they could ask for identification, right? Now, if they just get a random call to say, hey, there's a guy outside, he's looking weird, that's not a crime. Looking weird is not a crime. You'd have to name the crime that they feel like, so they show up, they're like, hey, what's up? What you doing? The guy, he's an auditor for the cops. So he's not doing nothing illegal, but he's testing them, and he's going to start saying stuff to them like, yo, well, why do you think I did a crime? What crime did you hear? And obviously, this is white people privilege, because if you black, do not do this.
He must have reasonable suspicion that he has committed a crime in order to demand identification. Unlike many other states, Washington does not have a so-called stop and identify statute that requires pedestrians to identify themselves to police officers. However, even if Washington law did require citizens to identify themselves during lawful Terry detentions, it is questionable whether the officers would have the reasonable suspicion.
Okay, so just basically, and I don't mean to like go on this path of like trying to like figure out what's going on here, but the basic point is this. Cops get recorded by auditors, by surveillance, by whatever. They're trying to make a big deal of this one situation, and the big deal essentially is caused by one person, right? Like Afroman. They're saying, hey, listen, even though we're filmed every day by auditors and by whatever, you know, people use body cam videos online that may have the cops look crazy. They're saying they feel embarrassed by Afroman, which I just believe that it's not gonna fly. No way.
Refuse because I haven't committed a crime. You have to have a reasonable and articulable suspicion of a crime. Don't you agree,
And I could
Deputy
believe
Dominguez?
that you could be doing this for purposes of committing a crime.
I could be doing this for...
Yeah. So there's bullshit around. Essentially, that's where the Afroman lawsuit is going to be at. So he took the stand today. Let me see. Does he understand?
What the alleged discrepancy was, maybe not in terms of numbers.
Here's him
right
on the
now,
stand.
we'll get to
Here we
that,
go.
But just
Sounds right.
you have a large presence on social media, obviously, correct?
Depends on your definition of large. There's bigger people than me, but I'm all right.
And on Instagram, is it fair to say that you have 247,000 followers?
Yeah, I just got some of them the other day.
You got new ones coming all the time
Yes, not all the time, just here lately.
because the trial's coming up?
Yeah, all the publicity from the officer's lawsuit and me is running up my numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on YouTube, you have almost 1 million followers, 983,000. Is that right?
I haven't looked. It was 977 last time I looked.
And on TikTok, you have about 392,000 followers.
I haven't looked at it, but that sounds kind of right.
Get to the point.
You know when you post something that a lot of people are going to see it, don't you?
Yes, for tearing down my door, not paying for it, not being apologetic, me being a sport, doing something peaceful to raise the money to pay for their damages, me having the right of the freedom of speech as an American to talk to my family, friends, and fans about what the sheriffs did to my home. Yes, I had the right to my freedom of speech. After they left, I had the right to kick the can and to do what I had to do to repair the damage they brought to my house. Yes, I did.
That includes the right to post the videos that you've just been posting up until Friday and beyond, right?
Yes, I have freedom of speech. I'm a rapper. I entertain. I write fiction, comedy. Yes, I mean, I entertain for a living like you practice law for a living. So I have to go to work.
How much?
If you turn my cameras off, you must got something bad in mind. So yeah, I'm accusing them of it. You know, they turn my cameras off. I can't see what they're doing.
So your testimony under oath here today to these 10 jurors is that you brought the news when you picked up your money to protect you physically from being beat up or shot by the sheriffs, right?
Yes.
All right.
And they volunteered the information that the money wasn't right. That's just an extra something we found out. But I came with my attorney and the news to make sure the people running around my house with guns didn't take me into jail and do something.
You had a safe in your home, correct?
2 of them.
2 safes.
Damn.
Did the sheriffs look into those safes to your knowledge?
Yes, they
The
did.
deputies?
Yes.
And how did they get the combination?
I gave it to my ex-wife so the sheriffs wouldn't pull my safe out the floor, take it to the station and put something in it and try to say that whatever they put in my safe was mine. So I went ahead and gave my ex-wife, who I didn't want to give my combination to, it was just safer. I went ahead and gave her my combination so they could open up the safe and realize that they just vandalized somebody that don't even have nothing in the safe.
And do you know what was in those safes?
It was absolutely nothing in the safes.
Don't you keep jewelry in those safes?
No.
Didn't you tell me that in your deposition, that you keep jewelry in those safes?
I do.
Was anything missing from the safes when you got home after the search?
I didn't put nothing in the safes.
Was anything missing from the safes when you got home?
Nothing was in them, so nothing was missing from the safe.
You talked to Randy Walters on the phone before you got home that evening during the search, or right afterwards, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
He told you that they were taking some money and some vape pens and a small amount of marijuana? He told you that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I don't want to sit here and, watch this whole thing with y'all, but essentially the cops, they break down the door, they break down his gate, they are looking for some drugs. I don't know why they thought he had drugs, but they couldn't really find anything. Out of frustration, apparently they end up even breaking some other stuff in there. And not only that, when it comes to Afroman, it definitely appears that, they tried to steal some money from him, because they said they had one set amount of money that they claimed they picked up, and then there was a different amount of money later on. And apparently they're saying that they found where the lost money was, which, okay, cool. If the feds or the government are seizing your money and then playing with you with your money, you're going to start thinking some things, right?
You knew, didn't you, Mr. Foreman, that there had been an investigation by the Claremont County Sheriff's Office into the discrepancy about the cash that was missing from your home, correct? You knew there was an investigation?
Yeah, I knew the sheriffs was investigating themselves.
Oh, that's how you saw it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you ever ask for a report so you could see how bad this investigation of themselves really was?
Yes, I was trying to get involved any way I can. The investigation was going on without any of my participation.
Did you ask for a copy of the report?
I did. I asked for everything. I was trying to be involved.
So you've seen the report?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I just saw it a few minutes ago.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Afroman. I'm going to keep updated with this trial. I do think it's going to turn out favorable for him, but, everything I've said recently look like I'm bad with bets. But I do think he has a very valid point. Why are you trying to silence this guy when he's using things that are affecting people who aren't public? Right? There's things you can do in public and things you can't. What he did by using public footage, obviously I know it was in his house, but it wasn't their house. He has video cameras. He should be able to put them out. All right? Cool. Chat, Atlanta Savior is here. Atlanta Savior is here, people. So if you guys don't know, Atlanta's Savior, Future Vandross, has now announced that, he's in album mode. He says nothing leaking, the whole world tweaking, album mode. Now, I did tell y'all, Future, from what I hear, is going to come with some shit this year. He's going to come with some shit. This is what he posted. Is this like Paris or something like that? How come every time people start getting like really high fashion, all they do is rock black and leather? What's the deal with that? Anyway, Future is telling us album mode. I would imagine that Future's dropping something this year. I've actually heard good stuff that I think he will be dropping. So stay on the lookout for a new Future album. That will be very interesting. Where does he go after dropping back-to-back albums, pretty much kicking Drake back in? Obviously, we know he's the type of guy, he's in his own world, so he'll be fine. But I'm interested to see how this is going to go, if you ask me. I think this is going to go interesting. Okay? Now, he hasn't mentioned a name of the album. He hasn't mentioned a date for the album. But he just says he's in cook-up mode for this particular album. So we're going to see. All right? Somebody tell me that Finesse Two Times did react to J Prince Jr. recent thing. Here we go. Where is it?
Mob Time's the worst deal I ever signed.
Oh, no. That's Finesse Two Times reacting. My bad, child. All right, my bad. Okay. What other topic do I have? Give me something to talk about, chat. Future got Russell Wilson raising his kid. Yo, they changed the kid's name, man. Once I seen that, I'm like, they got it. Once I seen that, they got it. Call Selena? No. Ray J disrespecting Cam and Mase. What's going on with Ray J? What's up with Ray J? Let's see. Let me know when you see Ray J. All right, here.
Keep my sister name out your mouth. If not, I'm gonna slap the fucking daylights out of you when I see you. Period.
Whoa!
Because one thing niggas ain't gonna do is talk shit about my sister without me going back on these big head ass niggas. Shine, Mase, and Cam, like, I don't know. I never had a problem with them, but I saw some shit today where, I mean, they gotta know that a nigga gonna come back strong and say some shit, because a nigga is not gonna let a nigga say anything and laugh and giggle and joke about a nigga's sister without me going big on niggas. Not only am I about to go big on niggas, but I'm about to go on Instagram big on niggas too, and the dead homies. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell niggas anything, but keep my sister name out your mouth if it ain't good. If not, I'm gonna slap the fucking daylights out of you when I see you, period. That's it. And I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. They was laughing at some shit. I'll slap the living daylights out these niggas. If they too old to be trying to go back into time. I don't give a fuck. Like, that's like me being with a girl and then being with another girl. Keep my sister name out your mouth if not. I'm a girl and another girl. Now they 45 laughing about some shit back in the day. I'm not going to have it.
Okay. Let's see if we could figure out what the hell's going on with this. Okay.
But I'm fucking everybody in your family. Your daddy, everybody.
Like 2 business days?
Mars. 2 business days?
Yeah.
You said when you come home, so you, I mean, not 2 business
By the way.
days is fine. One, not over the weekend.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't from me, so it had to be.
Okay, come on now.
I guess like front one and the back. You're talking about closets in your. This one of the biggest.
Comment.
That's
and
not
subscribe.
off, yo. You mind? Stop playing games.
What did they say about?
I still saw myself attractive.
What did they say about Ray J or Brandy? I guess Brandy, Ray J. Let me see. I'll just type in Brandy Mase. What did Mase say? Oh,
Brandy and everything. Let's just do it.
Listen.
Oh, this is it.
Who's dealing with Brandy?
Okay, let me switch my glass.
You know what happened?
We going here.
So, Mace, you was dating Brandy at one time, or y'all was just, how'd it go?
I was special, you know. He came in and wanted to be special. So I had to let him be special.
I mean, no lies told.
Yeah,
he was Shaq.
Okay.
He was the champion. He was the MVP.
Right.
I was Kobe, no pun intended, because they said Kobe was a special friend of Brandy's as well.
Right.
But
Damn.
no pun intended.
Right.
But I was coming out of high school on the championship team, and he was the superstar of the team.
Right.
But I definitely did want to be special. I definitely, but I had no idea. So what happened is we had a mutual friend who was a snitch.
Okay.
So I think he know who it is.
Right.
I'm not gonna expose him.
Right.
But so I was so excited because this is my dream person.
Right. Talk about Brandy.
Brandy. I'm a
Right.
poor kid, Brooklyn, watching MTV, watching Moesha, watching her on BET. And, as a dream, I'm like, man, if she was to know Shine, I got that.
Right.
So when I came up,
she was in the crosshairs. Like, I was sniping.
Right.
And yeah, I had no idea though, because he was special.
Right.
So he was running that playbook so discreetly, so quietly. I had no idea.
Yeah, he's sneaky.
Yeah, so he was an ultra sniper. But I was so excited, so I kept telling one of our mutual friends, and he was snitching me out. And then
Okay, so the point is, Brandy may have been with Mase, Cam, and also Shine around the same time. I don't know if the Kobe thing was around that time too.
Brandy was like, "Yo, who you told you here?
Right.
How so and so know that you here with me right now?" And I'm like, "Oh man."
Right.
So yeah.
That's what's up.
That's
you
what
elaborate.
That's my story.
What I'm elaborating.
So that's why Ray J's crashing out like that. Yeah, Ray J's not playing.
Nigga, y'all too grown now to be tripping. I don't be talking about old bitches. So why y'all talking about old shit? Girl and another girl, now they 45, laughing about some shit back in the day. I'm not going to have it, nigga. I'm gonna slap the fucking daylights out of you when I see you, period. Because one thing niggas ain't gonna do is talk shit about my sister without me going back on these big head ass niggas. Shine, Mase, and Cam, like, I don't know. I never had a problem with them, but I saw some shit today where, I mean, they gotta know that a nigga gonna come back strong and say some shit, because a nigga is not gonna let a nigga say anything and laugh and giggle and joke about a nigga's sister without me going big on niggas. Not only am I about to go big on niggas, but I'm about to go on Instagram big on niggas too, and the dead homies. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell niggas anything, but keep my sister name out your mouth if it ain't good. If not, I'm gonna slap the fucking daylights out of you when I see you, period.
Yo, with all due respect, I rock with Ray J, but Ray J gonna have to show me that one. I don't think Ray J is slapping Shine, Cam, or Mase.
That's it. And I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. They was laughing at some shit. I'll slap the living daylights out these niggas. If they too old to be trying to go back in the time. Y'all too grown now to be tripping. I don't be talking about old bitches. So why y'all talking about old shit? Girl and another girl, now they 45, laughing about.
All right. Fuck it. Yeah, I won't be honest with you. I always thought that the image of Brandy was like really pristine. We all heard about Brandy. Is it Brandy, Kobe, prom? Didn't they go to prom together, something like that? Yeah, he took her to prom. Right? We all know she was a huge celebrity. She was on, terrestrial TV. I'm trying to figure out when maybe people have gotten tired of her. They want to switch up. I don't think that's the case, though. But Ray J's stepping up. You don't like how he was talking about them. Well, what do I think? I don't know, man.
I don't be talking about old bitches. So why y'all talking about old shit? Girl and another girl, now they 45, laughing about some shit back in the day. I'm not going to have it.
All right, so he's basically just kind of upset that they mentioned his sister. What he need to realize, his sister has had a past. She's been in this industry. She probably been around mad niggas. Maybe she did her thing once or twice. I don't know how many, whatever she's done. You can't fight or protect her from everybody who is going to be offended by things she may do or stances she might have. So because someone told a story about her, what are you going to do? Fight all of these guys? Like, even if you fought him, only thing you got to say is that, nigga, I fucked your bitch. What's the problem? So I'm just hoping that this is just not Ray J kind of like doing too much. We all seen Ray J recently. I think he's in a better place. But I get him defending his sister. But unfortunately, I believe his sister was, maybe his sister was out there. Why is he jumping off the porch to kind of like prove that? I don't know. Anyway, chat, I ain't gonna lie to you. I had planned to kick it with y'all for a longer time, but I am tired. I can't even lie, bro. I can't lie. I'm not even switching to Kick, honestly, because I was gonna switch to Kick like 2 topics ago, but I'm not gonna. No, I'll do it tomorrow. So apologize, but yeah, I'm finna take it down. Get some rest, and I'll be back tomorrow. We'll probably do like a 7-hour stream. I'll get 3 in, or 3 or 4 in on YouTube, and then the other 3 on Kick. All right, chat. Apologize. I'm sorry, but I'm a little bit tired, bro. Maybe that's why I was low energy during the Ebro thing. But I don't really have nothing to say to that nigga though. Yeah, chat. I'm usually I'm not tired at this time, but it is 3 o'clock. All right, sorry, chat. Sorry, I'm getting off here. Before y'all say like the liquor got to me or something, but I'm getting off here. 6ix9ine update. 6ix9ine should be out. I wish he was getting out before my show. I would love for him to be at my show, but no. He's coming out soon. He is in good spirits. 6ix9ine's, he's a G, man. As much as, make fun of him, people say he's a snitch, blah, blah. 6ix9ine served a lot of jail time, and he took it all on the chin. Like, he didn't going back in. I think he was in a better mindset now because people were fucking with him, but he didn't go in like, oh, feel bad for me. He was just like, I'll be back, niggas. I'll be back. So shout out to 6ix9ine. Okay. Chat, get off here. I love y'all. Apologize. Hopefully this could be a lowercase W. If not, I'm coming back tomorrow to bank it up to y'all. All right. Chat, if you haven't, please, Eventbrite, go cop the tickets. And yeah, usually we get to Kick at this time, but I don't want to go to Kick and do like 2 topics. It's going to be stupid. All right. Chat, love y'all. Peace. See you in a